Those let you keep in touch with family at the touch of a single button. Their modern-day walkie-talkies let you call and talk to one another with an instant connection.
These aren't your average walkie-talkies. You can put Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies into the hands of your kids or your aging parents and connect with them instantly with the push of a button. Rapid Radios work on a nationwide LTE network. There's no contract to sign, and they're out of the box, ready to go.
Rapid radios are simple to use, just push to talk with one button. When we got our walkie-talkies, all we had to do was take them out of the box and turn them on and start using them. Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies make for a great communication device for your kids. You keep them off the internet, but keep them connected to you while they're at sports practice or just off riding their bikes. They're also perfect for an aging parent who struggles with technology.
Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping from Michigan, plus a free protection bag. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. The 3 p.m. hour is presented by First Liberty Building and Loan.
The Kimmer Show is only live on XTRA 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
Well, okay, nobody wants to know this, but so I'm in the men's room. I take, I do the little number one thing there. Okay, so then I walk out of the men's room, turn to my right, I take about 2 steps. The fact I haven't mentioned to you yet was that when I went into the men's room, there was a guy in there and about to leave, and I'm telling you, the stench in that men's room was unbelievable. It was a worker? I didn't recognize him. I think he works down the hall. It made my eyes water. It was so horrible in there. I exit the thing, and I turn to the right and take 2 steps, and there's a guy coming down the hall behind me from 680. He thinks I did it. I made the, oh, my God. And I just couldn't stop and say, by the way, it's really bad in there, but I didn't do it.
Yes, you could.
Well, I
am not responsible for what's in.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
The election results now official. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. A joint session of Congress certifying the Electoral College results from November's election from each of the 50 states, giving President Trump 312 Electoral College votes, 226 for Vice President Harris, who, as President of the Senate, presided.
This announcement of the state of the vote by the President of the Senate shall be deemed a sufficient declaration of the persons elected President and Vice President of the United States.
The certification was interrupted 4 years ago today by protesters storming the Capitol. Today's certification uneventful, and none of the state's results were challenged. Canada needs a new leader. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau stepping aside.
I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process.
The Canadian parliamentary election is expected in the spring. President Biden is en route to New Orleans to meet with some of the people who lost loved ones in the New Year's terror attack.
For the families, he will offer sympathy on behalf of the United States, but that's not the only reason that he is going down, because for the next 2 weeks exactly, he is still in charge of the national security apparatus.
Fox's Peter Ducey. The FBI is still trying to learn how and when an Army veteran, Shamsuddin Jabbar, became radicalized. The president has issued an executive order to ban oil and gas drilling permanently in 625 million acres of federal waters. Incoming White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt says it's political revenge.
This is the radical left environmental extremists in his administration who don't care about what's in the best interest of the American people who just reelected President Trump with a resounding mandate to drill, baby, drill.
The president-elect says he'll reverse that order, but that may take congressional action. America is listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, and sports raconteur extraordinaire. The mechanical mangler at the controls, almost Mr. Married. It's Flounder. And it's Monday.
On the day I was born.
And it's a mostly peaceful Ashley Babbitt Day, January 6th. And, you know, it's amazing. There are some people who are saying, it's a thing, it's not a thing, it's not that. Other people are saying stuff. We got we'll talk a lot about that today. First of all, it's been a while, it's, we're kind of, I guess it feels kind of the beginning of the new year. This really feels like sort of here we go. I mean, the few days between, Christmas and then New Year's, and then there was in the middle of the week, and so it's kind of so I kind of feel like, well, okay, here we are. We're off on the basically the New Year. So, Pete Davis, how's your New Year and up until over the weekend and stuff, and a lot of football. We talk a lot of fun football stuff coming over too. Anyway, what's going on up in the mountains of Macon there, sir?
Well, I hate to say you're wrong right off the bat, but frankly, this is the 12th day of Christmas.
Well, it's the Epiphany. Yes, we know the 12th day.
It's the Epiphany tomorrow for the Orthodox is their Christmas. Yeah. So it's still the Christmas. No matter what corporate America wants you to believe, because they want you to buy. Yeah. The 12 days of Christmas is not leading up to Christmas.
No,
it starts Christmas.
Starting the start of right. Yeah.
And just to start the new year off right and it be Christmas, it's sleeting and snowing outside right now.
Well, there you are.
They did not predict this much right now.
Oh, really? That's early. It's supposed to be Friday. I thought we were worried about Friday. Anyway.
Well, last week they said it would start today, and then they backed off of it.
It all changed, Well, and again, everything. Here we go. I mean, half the country is under a watch, and Kansas City just shut down because of. And by the way, those places. They remember when they mocked us for the ice storm back in the day, and nobody handles ice storms. You freaking scuzzbags.
Drives in ice.
Give me a break. You can't drive on ice. And I don't. I've had cars, and I guess we all have cars that have a braking system to try it from sliding on ice and stuff, or at least they used to. But you're still, come on, we're being stupid. Anyways, and by the way, there are people already around. I heard the morning show guys already calling for a snow day. Yeah, they want a snow day Friday. They won't have to come in Friday. Already planning it. Yeah, I was going to say.
Snow day.
As a little boy, I grew up outside of Syracuse, New York, which was the snowfall capital of America. And in the 50s, and 1958 or something, there were almost every week there was a snow day because there was 8 feet of snow. We could climb snowbanks onto our roof and jump off our roof onto snowbanks in the yard. I mean, it was just, it was 6 feet. It was, we had to burrow our way out. Anyway, so here we go. All right, come up here. Now, Flounder, how are you over the weekend? You and Miss Veronica getting ready for the nuptials next month and everything?
I think we got holidays? 40 days.
Wow.
40 days till the big day.
Yeah. And is she telling you to keep minding your own business, or you have any idea what's going on, or?
I know where to stand. I know where to show up, and I know where to stand. So that's all I need to know.
That's all you need to know. In fact, I'll talk a little later. We got some newsy stuff, but I'll talk a little later. I was actually, I get my flag up there the way it ought to be. Somebody change that. I haven't. Since I came back to work in 2013. Guys, it's been 11 years since I came out of retirement. I haven't really. I bought a bunch of. I really haven't bought a lot of clothes, and since I've done so, I said I think I need to buy a new suit for a Flounder's wedding. So I went suit shopping, and you know what I was thinking of? I'm not making this up, but I was thinking in my head, I'd love to get a suit, kind of like that guy in the Blindfold Girls commercial, that really dark, a vivid kind of blue. And then I thought what I should do is try to find a blue suit like that and wear some brown shoes. Because I haven't seen
That's what I'll be wearing.
If anybody notices.
I have an ocean blue suit with brown shoes.
Well, there you are.
Ocean blue.
Ocean blue, baby. Anyway, I love that. And I've never, and so I felt, well, I'll talk about it later. I don't bother you with that stuff. But I did actually have to think about it. And I will share an experience of shopping for clothes lately in person. I mean, doesn't anybody go in person to shop for clothes anymore? Do they just not have clerks who know anything about suits anymore? I know we'll get to it.
Nordstrom last time I bought a suit, the guy at Nordstrom's did the whole thing.
Well, I wish he was there when I was there Saturday, because nobody was there Saturday, or Dillard's, or Macy's, or Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Hello. Anyway, sorry. All right, here's the number 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And she's got a billion things. We have Holy Crap at Sports. We have Pete's Tweets. We have a game. We also have a lot of kind of sports stuff to react to. Flounder's Funnies for Nucky's Hoagies and the naughty little subsisters, Stacy and Shannon. And, you know what? Well, a couple of quick news updates. We will talk about that idiot Sonny Hostin. He just played their soundbite about 10 minutes ago, so we'll do it shortly again. About the left. They can't help themselves. And also, Flounder found this. The libs. I love the libs at TikTok. They came out with normally I wouldn't pay any attention to this. And again, I've never posted on TikTok. I don't even know I don't know what to do. I've seen it pop up on my phone. I know it's out there, and it's a thing. But I've never actually looked up. I don't have the app if that's what you need. I don't do all that kind of stuff, as you know. So I don't pay a lot of attention to it. But you do, and you need to hear what they're still saying about the terrorist attacks and everything else, and that's coming up for you too. Also, the Democrats are still denying that they had anything bad to do with Biden over the last 4 years and his mental acuity and everything else. Oh my God, Justin Castro, the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Castro he calls himself Trudeau. Justin Castro has resigned. And by the way, first thing I thought was, what a great system. I mean, he wakes up in the morning and the guy says, Mr. Prime Minister, we got 82 of your compatriots in the Conservative Congress Senate here saying they don't like you anymore. Crap. All right, I quit. Damn. And he quits. I mean, that's it? That's all it takes? I mean, what a great system. Of course, now they have to do an election, but still, I mean, it's, no fuss, no muss, boom, you're out. I don't know. I just got
the he's been in power for what, 10 years or something like that? Yeah. So it's not such a great system when you get someone as bad as he is, and right. He solidifies his position.
I know. But I thought, I can't stop laughing about it. Also, I didn't watch Nichols in fact, it forgot us on the Golden Globes, although I kind of wish I had because, we'll get some sound bites for you, or a sound bite, kind of the Nikki Glaser thing. We'll talk about that, what she did. And I guess people are pretty happy with the performance of her because she didn't act like she was an insider, and she got him kind of like, what's his name did the one several years ago.
Ricky Gervais. No one will ever top what he did 5 years ago.
But apparently the people, now Nikki Glaser, when I saw the videos this morning, actually I saw the blue replays on Fox TV this morning while I'm getting ready to do my stuff at home for work, and I didn't recognize her. I mean, she did something to her face. She is not the person she used. I mean, and not that I knew her.
I didn't even know who the hell she was. I'm like, who is this person?
Well, she's a very famous off-cut. Well, she did the Tom Brady
famous.
Yeah. Well, to people who know social media stuff. Well, people know who Nikki Glaser is.
They had to point out that she did the Tom Brady thing before I even had any clue who she was.
She's known for being kind of a bimbo. She and her boyfriend are on again, off again for years. She's real sexy and kind of slutty. She's sort of like, who's that other tramp wrote the book? Chelsea Handler. She's kind of like that. She's just real loudmouth and slutty and, famous for having sex with anybody if she feels like it on the subway or I don't know. I mean, just, these girls are sort of icky, test experiments or anything. Okay, now I want to do this. And Pete, I didn't even check with you on this. We've had it for several days and I want to do this. And Flounder, let me present this now and we'll see what happens. Okay, here's the deal. Flounder got an email right before Christmas from I wouldn't use her name because she said, I don't want to call in because I've been a listener and I've known you guys since the 90s and people might recognize me. And she says, I don't want any preferential treatment. Okay, here's the deal. This woman has spent 6 or 7 months on sick leave from work. She had surgery, lost her job, took a pay cut, went back and is making no money. Her freezer broke. She was going to replace it, and then her refrigerator broke, and they had to replace that. And then she was having trouble getting replacements, and so she'd called, and, it's already gone. And then she says, that was going on. My stove broke down 2 days before Christmas. It's a 40-year-old Sears gas stove with oven that broke. I can't find replacement parts, or it probably is not worth the effort, so I'm putting out an appeal. If someone has or may have a used gas stove with oven in the next several weeks, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God! It's Monday morning.
Stop! Get off my back! I'm doing this, and this is what I'm doing. She said, in the next several weeks, if someone has a kitchen remodel, I'm looking for a used gas stove, preferably a kitchen remodel. It'd be a few weeks before they can pull the stove. I have plenty of cooked food in my freezer I can eat in the meantime. I'm willing to pay $200 to $300 for it. It would have to be delivered to a neutral site in Kennesaw, and I have a co-worker who would take it to my house and install it. The dimensions are 25 by 29 and a half. So she's looking for a gas oven stove, 25 inches by 29 and a half inches, that she'll pay $200 to $300 for, to be delivered to Kennesaw somewhere, so her co-worker can go get it and bring it to her house and put it in for her, because she has enough food to last her in the freezer that she had to repair for several weeks. Okay, let's take care of this, can we? Any ideas? I mean, and Flounder knows how to get a hold of her, and so. But I just thought to my God, what a sweet thing. Says, I want people to know who it is, because I don't want any preferential treatment. God, she wants a stove. Oh God, it's it's 'tis the season. I took down my lights this morning at 5:30 this morning. I took down my lights on my deck, and I felt kind of sad. I felt kind of sad, truly. But it is a joyous season, and a happy new year as on we go. Anyway, let's help the lady with the stove. A lot of stretch. All the news is coming up now. The latest on politics, and it's yours and mine and Flounders with Pete and the Kimber and the Flounder on 106.3. Here we go. Look out.
Monday, the 20th, President Donald Trump is officially sworn in as President of the United States. And XTRA 106.3 will bring you live coverage of the inauguration and everything that happens next. There will be a lot of changes and breaking news in the first 100 days of Donald Trump's second presidency. And XTRA will have live updates from the biggest personalities in the country and the local legends you know and trust. For the breaking news without the spin, there's only one place you can talk about it. XTRA 106.3 FM.
Okay, fine. I'm an idiot, but let's help this girl. And I am smiling, by the way, and I'm smiling. In fact, Dina Giesler and I were texting each other this morning. I've got to make another appointment with her. We're trying to figure out a new thing to make it easy on their schedule over there. But I'm looking forward to going back to Atlanta Smiles once again, the official Kimber dentist. Dina Giesler, I went to her the first time 30 years ago, and she was a 7-year-old dentist. It's a remarkable story. And getting a great smile is all part of the deal, whether you have you've been putting it off for a long time or whatever. Well, 'tis the season. Get these things done. Now, I went last time, and I've got to do like a replacement thing down with the thing over in the thing there. I don't know what's going on or stuff. But whether you're talking about cosmetic stuff and veneers or cleaning or bridges and crowns and keeping your gums held. And again, remember the gum thing, man. If your gums go bad, if you have a gum problem, there goes your teeth. So, and by the way, for the record, a lot of us, people these days pretty much are outliving what your normal teeth used to live for, how many years and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Dr. Dina Giesler. She is a former Navy officer dentist, ranked as a master dentist, which is only the top 1% can say, by the way. And the funny, I love these Kimmer babes there. And again, I joke, I can say that because they don't get offended. These women are happy. They love what they do. They love their customers. Honestly, goodness, it's all women. They got one guy in there, but it's basically Kimmer babes. And they love you coming in and taking care of you. Honestly, it's like the old-fashioned nurses where they just can't do enough to make you happy, including the doggy. Oh my God, get your dog. Have a little doggy, and if you want the doggy to take a nap in your lap while you're getting your teeth done, which I did and I will do again for sure, just tell them. Veterans 10% off. Tell them when you call. Here's the number, 404-262-7733. Your smile's waiting on the web, atlantasmiles.com.
It's here. It's called winter. Is your furnace ready to make sure you're warm inside and you keep the cold weather outside? Well, if you're not sure, you need to talk to the folks at Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and it's still that way today. Give Central a call at 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert since 1947. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. That's 770-GET-HEAT, centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turf Co. to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turf Co. was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turf Co. to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 3 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffers from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. We provide testosterone replacement therapy, the P-shot, and treatment for ED, PE, and Peyronie's disease. There's not just one therapy that can solve these complex issues. When you visit our clinic, you're going to see me. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. 404-777-1911. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. 404-777-1911. Online at tbtofga.com.
Convenience is defined as the state of being able to proceed with something with little effort or difficulty. Well, at RBM of Atlanta, we embody this philosophy. Meet our Mercedes-Benz pickup and delivery service. It gives you back time and money. Does your Mercedes-Benz need service? If so, we'll pick up your vehicle that's requiring service from your home or office and bring it back to our dealership for the required service. With over 100 appointments available every weekday, over 50 appointments on Saturdays, and more than 200 courtesy vehicles in our fleet, we're here to serve. We'll work around your schedule. We're here to save you time, energy, and money. RBM of Atlanta is a J.D. Power 2023 Diamond Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience and Georgia's only 9-time Mercedes-Benz Best of the Best winner. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Pickup and delivery service restrictions do apply. Ask your service coordinator or service advisor for details.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Hey, doggies. Give you a go, little darling. And 2007 on this day, country rock steel guitar player Sneaky Pete Kleinow passed away at the age of 72, one of the original members of the Flying Burrito Brothers. He was with the Byrds' Chris Hillman and Graham Parsons. He also worked with John Lennon and Joni Mitchell. And I'm trying to remember the first time I actually heard of the Flying Burrito Brothers. So what? Back in my man And Graham Parsons, the whole crew. Anyway, 2007. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's get right to the phones. Adam, and then John's coming up, and I think we lost Corey, but call us back. We'll get to you. First, Adam, you're on the radio, man. What's going on? And welcome, sir.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Semper Fi. Yeah, I want to talk about this Presidential Medal of Freedom, especially.
Oh man,
George Soros.
Oh God! I in fact, Pete and I were talking about this before the show. Somehow it just got sloughed off, and no one. I mean, I remember saying, "Wait a minute, did he say George Soros? They gave this to George Soros? Oh my God!" And where's the reaction? By the way, have you seen or heard any? Even on Fox, I think there was maybe one comment on a night show or something. That was it. I can't believe it.
I haven't heard anything. And then he has a history going back decades. In 1992, he almost crashed the British pound, and he made $1 billion in one day.
That's where he got his. That's one of the reasons, where they say he got his money. Holy criminy! I mean, unbelievable. And he's a danger to America. Thanks, thank you, Adam. Please. And in fact, Pete, I mean, this guy's been
openly called for the downfall of the United States on multiple occasions. He's worked to bring it down. He's the one getting all these DAs elected who won't uphold the laws, so it can sow discord in the streets. He hates the United States. He's said in the past he hates Americans, and this stupid bastard gives him the the freedom of freedom.
It's just
it's like an open screw you to all of us.
Exactly what it is.
It's a screw you to all of us.
The same with Hillary Rodham P. Stinky Fart Cabbage. I mean, he did give it to some legitimate people who deserve, the salute from their governments. Absolutely. But holy cow, it's the last. Yeah, he gave the middle finger. George Soros. And again, you've heard that name only in connection with every time there's a God, talk about January 6th and the punishment of people who walked in the building by mistake or on purpose, even just walking around. How about whatever happened to all the protesters of the George Floyd thing and all the protesters where they burned down all the parking lots? I mean, it's just unbelievable the differences in what people have done. The political side of it just makes me freaking nuts. We have more about that. We'll get to
Which
shortly.
is why this 3-month lag time between the election and the inauguration is hurting the country.
Get him out.
Between his pardons and all this crap, they've got to do this by January 3rd. The new guy is in.
Not only that, Biden also just said he shut off all the oil drilling, and now Trump's going to have to go to Congress to try to overturn it. I mean, again, it's another screw you on the way out. Everything he can do against the American people, what they voted for, he's doing. Mike, I'm sorry, Flounder, were you trying to get a hold of me here? Or not? I guess probably not.
Sorry, trying to get to these phone calls.
Oh, okay. Did we still have John next, or did Corey call back, or do we know? Sorry, Flounder's in the middle of about 14
Here's
things
John.
here. Here's John. Hey, John, you're on the radio. Welcome, sir. How's it going? What's up?
Yeah, I'm calling in pertaining to the woman that needs help with the stove.
Yes, sir.
I actually work at Parkway Used Appliances, and we can most definitely help her out with that.
Have you got? In other words, can we buy one for her? I don't even want her to pay a nickel. She says she has $200 or $300. How much could it cost? Somebody will chip into. It's 25 inches by 29.5, and it was a Sears. I'm sorry, it was a.
Yes, sir. It was a gas stove.
Gas stove.
I did. Yeah. Yes, sir. And we most definitely will be able to help accommodate.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Most definitely. If you get the information from us and call up here, we will take care of you.
So let me get John's information, and I'll give you a call, John, after the show, all right?
John, God bless you, my friend. And Flounder, I can't wait for you to get in contact with her after you get. Anyway, John, thank you so much. Don't hang up. We'll get right back to you. And Semper Fi, man. And God bless America, and Happy New Year. What a great. Thank you. We'll put you on hold. What a nice thing. Well, just. I am, in fact, you can make fun of me all you want. I don't care. I am in a weird, freaking emotional state. I have been for a couple of years, and for some reason, this latest season has been very powerful in a happy way. Everything's fine, but I'm extremely emotional. I don't know whether with every year your nerves get different. I don't know. I'm just telling you here. We're here. I'm sure fun. Do we have more people on hold? I have no idea what we're going to do here.
Not right now.
Okay. There you go. Now Corey also. Well, I think Corey wanted to talk about that stove too. Okay. Well, I'm very happy. Thank you, John. Also coming up. I found a weird fact in that Custer's Last Stand book, Pete. I'm hearing things that are just amazing to me about our American history that it was remarkable. I'm going to tell you about Lily Rhyme. Very quickly, I don't want to short you of anything. Our birthday list includes Eric Trump. And it says here, by the way, President Trump's Twitter cheerleader. It's his son, pal. Eric Trump is 41 years old today. Oh, and also, it is January 6th. Oh, by the way, I got a phone call from somebody who probably should know that I'm actually working right now. On this day, listen to the difference in the way the history note of January 6th was written. First of all, let's see. January 6, 2021. Supporters of outgoing President Trump stormed the U.S. Capitol in Washington. Thousands gathered at the Capitol amid claims of election fraud. During a speech, Trump repeated claims the election was stolen and stated, "If you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore." Protesters began assaulting Capitol police officers, vandalizing, looting, and occupying buildings. The rioters sought to overturn Trump's election defeat by disrupting that day's count of electoral votes and would formalize then President Biden's victory. After Mike Pence rejected claims by Trump and others that the vice president could overturn the election results, gallows were erected west of the Capitol with rioters chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." It was on, I think, history.net. Okay. And here's WTOP wrote it this way. 2021, supporters of President Donald Trump, fueled by his false claims of a stolen election, assaulted police and smashed their way into the Capitol to interrupt the certification of Joe Biden, forcing lawmakers into hiding. Most of the rioters had come from a nearby rally where Trump urged them to fight like hell. Trump's supporter was shot and killed, Ashley Babbitt, by a police officer. She tried to breach a barricaded doorway inside the Capitol. Capitol Police Officer Brian Shitnick, injured while confronting the officers, suffered a stroke the next day and died from natural causes, the Washington, D.C. Medical Examiner's Office said. Congress reconvened hours later to finish certifying the election. Way two different kinds of the ways to have, but still, honest to God, how history is going to look back at this, I hope they wait until we get to the bottom of that phony congressional investigation business and the FBI's role in hiding evidence, shredding evidence, concealing evidence, having dozens of undercover FBI snitches and stooges and handlers involved in planting fake bombs in the Capitol. How come we never got to the bottom of that? And how about that guy, not Ray, guy was the name Ray Epps, who, that still the whole thing's fishy to me too. How about arresting grandmothers who pushed on a barricade? But all the guys, remember see the video of all of a sudden the undercover cops shaking hands with the police when they uncover them and let them go? The undercover fake guys who play. Oh, my. Come on, people. How they look back at this makes a big freaking bit of difference. Anyway, that's 3:30. By the way, our 3 o'clock hour is brought to you by our friends at First Liberty Building and Loan. We say yes when the big banks say no at FirstLibertyGA.com. 3:30, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh, snowy and rainy and sleety, and we're all going to be stuck at home for a week, sure. But, other than that, it's gorgeous outside. Happy New Year. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is only on XTRA 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
There's a soda fountain around the corner there.
I did not know that. Do we have a soda fountain?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Well, we can buy sodas?
Tell them about the soda fountain.
All assorted soft drinks, Diet Coke, Coca-Cola.
You mean like an actual...
Right. Yeah.
Fanta. Yeah.
Now, how come I didn't know that?
Because you never go out of your little hole there.
I got stuff to do. I got, there's people out there. There's girls and everything.
That you go
There's girls out there.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
That naughty little Martha, what's her name's got a little Goldilocks curl thing going today. How you doing there, Martha? Sorry. 3:31, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Hey, it's Trump Care. You know, the New Year's and health care and premiums and stuff, everything's going up and going nuts. Well, I got some great news. If you're trying to put together a health care program for you, maybe whether you're single or alone or family or business or all that kind of stuff, self-employed, maybe your own company, getting close to Medicare, that COBRA business. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not the kind of guy that goes through fine print and computerized stuff to look for tables and graphs and figuring out stuff like that. But I know a guy who does. The health insurance doctor. That's the name of the guy giving you Trump Care for this year. If you're healthy, employed, or whatever's going on, how about saving up to 60% on annual premiums? PPO network, nationwide, whatever that means. How about zero deductibles, not paying that $50 when you go to the actual doctor's office, maybe any hospital you want to look for, no co-pays, year-round stuff, no more open enrollment worries, hard to get subsidies, and I didn't know there were IRS penalties. I didn't know about that stuff. By the way, the health insurance doctor does all this figuring out for you, and you don't have to pay him. It's free. He'll get your stuff. You take care of it after that. He can look all this stuff up for you, take care of business for you, serving Metro Atlanta for decades, thousands of happy customers, and you don't have to pay him. His name is Steven. You can call him whatever you want. But he's got the files and data and charts and all that stuff. Here's a number, 678-523-0759. Or visit healthinsurancedoctor.net.
Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jewelers, here to tell you about an incredible event going on the entire month of January at all three of our showrooms. It's Solomon Brothers Jewelers' January Bling Back event. All this month, bring in your old gold jewelry, watches, diamonds, and more, and let us buy them back for cash. Now is the best time to sell your old jewelry because the price of gold is the highest it's ever been, and we will pay you top dollar for all your old pieces. So go through your jewelry box, pick out the pieces you don't wear anymore, then bring them into Solomon Brothers and let us buy them back. We'll take the all gold necklaces, rings, tennis bracelets, earrings, pendants, and more. If it's old and it's gold, don't miss our January Bling Back event, your opportunity to turn your old jewelry into cash. Going on all month long at all three of our Solomon Brothers showrooms on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and on Fisher Crossing Drive in Sharpsburg. You can learn more and always shop online at SolomonBrothers.com or on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
Insurance companies know that you don't know a lot about the law, so maybe it would be better just to let your lawyer make the call to the insurance company when there's a problem. David Van Sant should be that lawyer. He used to work for the insurance company. He knows who to call, what to say, and he has your best interest at heart. Plus, if you don't get paid, either does he. Van Sant Law, 855 GA Injury or vansantlaw.com.
Military veterans are eager to transfer their skills and experiences to civilian life, but lack trusted connections to expedite their path to success. The civilian world can be confusing, and veterans do not need to journey through it alone. When you reach out to the Warrior Alliance, we will guide you to the best-in-class resources that can lead you toward renewed purpose after serving our nation. Find out why thousands of warriors have found success after service after engaging with the Warrior Alliance. For assistance, go to thewarrioralliance.org or call 404-210-1776.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
What's going on, and thanks for calling. What's happening?
Hey, how are you?
Good. What's going on, man?
Not much. I just want to say, like, all these medals that Biden's handed out. Up here in Canada, we have the Order of Canada, which is the highest civilian award that you can be given. Now, if you disgrace the country up here, it's taken away from you.
Oh, really?
So
In other words, if you get it, then oh my, even better. They should take it away from you if you don't deserve it.
Exactly. Like, if you do anything to disgrace Canada and you are a holder of that medal, they'll take it away from you, and they'll take it away from you publicly. It's happened to a couple hockey players.
Yeah, I'll bet. Now, and by the way, now you're a Canadian. You're actually in Canada right now, are you not? Speaking in Canada?
Yes, I am.
Absolutely.
I'm looking across the river at you right now.
Outstanding. Well, now here we go. Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, allegedly. I mean, what a system you guys have. They say, man, you suck. You're not doing your job right. Okay, I quit. Wow.
Well, he's prorogued Parliament. So what has happened now is he's called on. He's still Prime Minister, and he gets to be Prime Minister until the Liberals hold their leadership convention. The problem with that is he's done it till March.
Okay. Well,
he could have gone into back to Parliament, called Parliament back. They could have held a non-confidence vote, and they could have kicked him out right away. So now all our lawmakers are not even going. Nothing gets done. We're in a state of limbo.
Oh my! Oh, it's like not having a Speaker of the House to run government in our. Whoa!
Yeah,
wow!
All our politicians have gone home, and they won't be going back till March.
Holy, are you serious? Oh my God. And by the way, and a couple things. First of all, what the hell's going on with Canada that got them to this point in the first place? And by the way, I'm sorry, no offense or anything, because Canada's our neighbor and I love Canada. But Donald Trump has just won his first war. Trump won Canada nothing. And I think Trump had a lot to do with the people of Canada being upset with Justin because when Trump kind of mocked him of being the 51st state and the tariff threats and stuff. I mean, it was over after that. Trump, might have caused this downfall.
Oh, no, he was on his way out anyways. He was just clinging on. Basically, his whole entire cabinet is turned on him. So that's like the vice president and, everybody else in the Democrat Party turning on the president.
Yeah. Now, now you've seen what's happened here in America, where the American people said, "Okay, we're done with this woke business," and Trump won in a landslide. Is that what's going on in Canada? That the people are finally, I remember the trucker strike, and he cut off their credit cards, and the socialism stuff, and they're telling people they get blamed for tweets and go to prison or something. I mean, God, what the hell's going on in Canada? Are people just saying that we can't do this anymore, or what?
It's so crazy that, like, my wife says to me when I'm talking to you guys, because I call you guys all the time, the morning show.
I heard you this morning.
Not even to tell you guys where we are. Because if for a chance, like, you never know, right?
Yeah.
With this guy.
Yeah. Good
and Lord. The other thing is, we're probably driving down to Florida in the next month a bit. And when we're coming through, we're going to make our way over, and I'm bringing you some real Canadian bacon.
Some ham. Some round ham.
Big, thick ham. Oh, I love ham. My God. Well,
we're going to have a ham sandwich. I'll bring the bread.
Well, that would be a treat.
I tell you, that, or if I don't make it down there, I'm going to cross the border here, and I'm going to go to FedEx, and I'm going to overnight it to you.
All right. Well, listen, that would be a real biscuit. That'd be a real treat. Listen, thanks, my friend, and call often and anytime. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. There's our Canadian friend Jeff, I believe, I'm not mistaken, if I haven't forgotten already. 342, Karen Pete and Flounder, and let's see, I don't even care about that birthday thing there. This is kind of a funny incident in history, however. I got to get Mr. Phone working here. It was on this day in 1969. Future U.S. President Jimmy Carter sees a UFO. He filed a report of the incident in 1973, 4 years later, saying, quote, "It was the darndest thing I've ever seen. It was big, was very bright, it changed colors, and it was about the size of the moon. We watched it for 10 minutes, but none of us could figure out what it was. If I become president, I'll make every piece of information this country has about UFO sightings available to the public and the scientists." So why haven't they? I mean, seriously. And now they say they have, but we know they haven't. There's still secrets. There's still secrets about the Kennedy assassination. What possible harm could it be to release the stuff about the Kennedy assassination?
Well, there's still people alive.
How many? And so what? I mean, okay, it was 1963, so that's what, 60 years? My God, 62 years. So if they were like 7, what did they pull the trigger when they were 7? Oh, Cold Conspirator when he was 7 years old was,
There's some old lady that was involved in something that she's still around. She's like 100 or something.
Well,
so,
she can't take the pressure now? Anyway, whatever.
And by the way, when are they going to plant Jimmy? It's been well over a week.
Well, they have to. He has to Lion State. He has to Lion State. He has to go to Washington, and then he's going back to Plains to be a thing. So it's got to. Well, I think they're going to do that. So, and then crap! Oh, I wish I hadn't done that.
Did you stab yourself or something?
Sort of. There, hold on.
Did you nut yourself?
Yeah, I did. I did.
What, you stabbed yourself in the cojones.
I nutted myself.
Live on radio.
Oh God, that hurt.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. God, I think I'm having my period. I swear to God. You know what? I forgot my power cord this morning, and I start ready to go. Come into work, hit my car, and I said, "Oh crap! I forgot to make my lunch."
Estrogen is deep with you today.
I tell you, I'm having my period. There's no question about it. And I'm weeping about trying to help the lady get a freaking stove. I mean, my God, man.
Do we have to put
Christmas
like tampons in the men's bathroom?
Maybe we should.
Or?
I guess something's happening here. It's maybe I don't know what's going on here.
Take a birth control pill this morning or something?
By mistake. Well, you never know. When the girls come over for hot leg cheerleader night for the Kimmers fan club contention, and some of them leave stuff pills around, and once in a while by accident, I think it's one of my Losartans or something.
Those aren't Skittles.
No, Skittles are for winners. God, it's 3:45. Donald Trump has been certified. Vice President side piece had to read the results of the election, which is pretty funny. Also, Donald Trump is sued to try to stop the sentencing, which is coming up, Friday? I think it's this Friday. He's supposed to get sentenced by Judge Juan Crooked Face. Good Lord. Biden's trying to stop oil production now, and Donald Trump may have to go to Congress to try to overturn it. And we may get snow Friday. They're saying there's a possibility of it. And I think Pete says in the mountains of Macon there's a little bit right now. Or sleet, sleet's the problem. The frozen, if the ice cut. Okay, and actually, what between sleet and freezing rain, it's not exactly the same thing. Freezing rain, I think, is if it's raining and it's not frozen, but it comes down and it's cold down that and it starts to freeze there. Sleet, I think, is already frozen when it falls.
Well,
that could be backwards.
They're little pellets. There's little white pellets earlier, and they're on the land bridge down below here and on the leaves and everything. The problem is 35 now. It's going to be 21 later, so it hits the road, it melts, and then it's going to freeze.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Anyway, 3-5. We'll keep you posted because, as you know, we have our traffic centers and all our helicopters up.
breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Skag. Ready to make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood? With Skag mowers from Howard Brothers, you can create those perfect professional stripes that turn heads every time. Skag mowers are built for power and reliability, making them the ultimate tool for lawn enthusiasts and pros alike. Don't wait for spring to sneak up. Gear up now and get ahead of the season. See why Skag is a choice for beautiful stripe-worth lawns. You can find their line of mowers at Howard Brothers. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Skag and Howard Brothers.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
No one plans on going to jail, but at A Second Chance Bail Bonds, we believe everyone deserves a second chance. That's the driving force behind everything we do. If you or a loved one has been arrested across town or across the country, you need help now. A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast with bondsmen throughout Atlanta to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT or online at atlbail.com.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth, or they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com. 3:51. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder and Pink Floyd in the news. 2001 on this day. Pink Floyd guitar picker David Gilmour won the right to his .com name. David Gilmour took legal action in his battle to reclaim DavidGilmour.com from Andrew Herman, who had registered the URL and was selling Pink Floyd merchandise through the site. 2001. God, you know, and again, I thought about this a while ago, too. If I had only thought about registering banker.com, realestate.com, goodhealth.com. It was nothing. But you could have done 100 of them. And they were paying $50,000, $60,000 to get banker.com and realestate.com and hotels.com. And I mean, oh my God. But who knew? Anyway. Let's see. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Birthdays include Eddie Redmayne. He's 43. He played Newt Scar. God, I got to get to the freaking eye doctor. I think I go to the same eye doctor you do. Same as Steve Holman goes to. Anyway, Eddie Redmayne.
What?
What's that?
What are you talking?
Didn't you go to the eye doctor the other day?
No.
I swear to God, you said you were going to the eye doctor to see you were coming.
I had to cancel because they decided last minute they didn't take the insurance. I found one in Jasper that does.
I got you. Sorry, anyway. Eddie Redmayne, 43. He played Newt Scamander in the Fantastic Beasts movies. He won an Oscar as Stephen Hawking's character in The Theory of Everything. Connected with his feminine side, it says here, in the transgender movie The Danish Girl. And I think he was the kid in the movie starring Matt Damon as the first American spy chief in that movie. I can't remember now, but Matt Damon with the glasses on, and he was the head of the first CIA director. It was weird.
He's in a remake of The Jackal right now.
And that's, in fact, we'll get to that. I think we're going to talk a little bit about that with the what's her name, and the girl with the nastiness and the thing that had a show last night. Golden Globes.
There you face.
Go. The one who talked the way that she did. And on this day, it was kind of special because it reminds me of Norman Rockwell. And again, I've been to his place, and I have one of his signed paintings, by the way, the one of his street. Anyway, on this day, 1941, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt actually, gives his Four Freedoms speech, in which he proposed 4 fundamental freedoms that people everywhere in the world ought to enjoy. The freedom of speech, the freedom of worship, the freedom from want, and the freedom from fear. And if you've never seen the Norman Rockwell Thanksgiving picture painting of the family and the 4 freedoms as they're gathered around the big turkey and so forth, it's very touching. It's cool. It's kind of old-fashioned.
Shame Roosevelt didn't give that speech in London or something.
Yeah, unfortunately,
they had freedom of speech.
Well, they had. They don't have that, do they? In London,
nope.
London, England, the British Isles, and is that for all of them, or is that just Britain? You know,
that's Great Britain
Magna
has
Carta,
no freedom of speech.
No freedom of speech. It's not written down that there is a freedom of speech by the people.
Because they're finding out right now that everybody who complains about a certain group goes to jail.
Oh, in fact, there was Babylon Bee had a meme. Oh God, I think I probably erased it. It was pretty funny too about how the British government now is apologizing for somebody put a meme about child molesters. I mean, people, they're going nuts here. By the way, let's see. And speaking of freedom of speech, Father, we're going to play cut number 5 here. 355. Here we go. Sonny Hostin. Honest to goodness, this woman has lost her mind. The girls on The View today, looking back on January 6th, Ashley Babbitt Day. The only person died because of January 6th and delivered thing was an innocent woman protester. If she'd been a Democrat shot by a Republican cop, it would have been a whole different story. Anyway, so the country marks 4 years on this day. Sonny Hostin on The View thinks we ought to look at the flashback this way. Flounder number 5, sir.
You don't move on because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history.
Really?
And when you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery.
Whoa.
We need to never forget because past becomes prologue if you forget any race.
The Holocaust.
Right.
If you forget, because past becomes okay. If you forget and erase, that's what she was trying to say.
So wandering through the velvet ropes at the Capitol is akin to 6 million Jews being gassed.
Exactly. Well, it's it's kind of the same thing. You feel the pressure of the rope. It's kind of like pulling the lever in the gas chamber. Same thing.
Does somebody have to remind her to breathe every minute or so? Taking some air.
It's just unbelievable. I know that as a government, as a country, we've got to be concerned about the things that are making this hard for Americans and hard for American families. Don't move on because it was an atrocity. Like the what is the matter with these people? And by the way, walking in the Capitol used to be a thing of. I got a hell. This is 1973 or 4, as I recall. I was doing a news guy doing stuff, and my company boss took a bunch of us to Washington D.C. In fact, it was the same weekend that there was a terrorist had taken over the Capitol building. If I got from some Caribbean nation, I forgot, back in the mid 70s, and I got a personal tour of the U.S. Capitol building by a woman of a certain thing in the Congress who actually tried to hit on the camera. Anyway, tell me all the secrets about where you can stand and hear secrets of the Capitol Rotund and stuff like that. It was unbelievable. And now, my God, these old ladies go through the Capitol on January 6th, and not only could the FBI find out where they live, but even if there was a picture of them on their cell phone saying, gee, I'm in the Capitol, they get arrested. I mean, this is unfreaking believable. And by the way, whatever happened about, she says she wants the truth to come out about how bad this was. She said, I hope the whitewashing on January 6th ends. It wasn't right. It never will be. She complains that we're making up stories about that. Conservatives are making up stories about that it wasn't an insurrection. I mean, these people can't stop. My God. Oh, and here's one more fun. I'll tell you what. Let's do Flounders Funny, because we talked about that. And then after the top of the hour here, news coming up. There's even more about the liberals and Chuck Schumer and the Canada guy, and we got the whole thing. And Biden using the GD phrase in front of reporters. First, little Flounders Funny for Nuckies, Hoagies.
Try to keep up with my mental health. I'm doing affirmations, and the affirmation I do is millionaire mindset. Every morning I sit on the couch, I close my eyes, and I repeat the phrase, I am a very powerful millionaire. I am a very powerful millionaire. Hey guys, I'm a very powerful millionaire. Girlfriend walks out, shakes me, interrupts my mindset, and she goes, you left the dishes in the sink last night. Is that what we're doing? Leaving the dishes in the sink? I turn to her, I'm like, do you know who you're talking to? I am a very powerful millionaire. You can't talk to a very powerful millionaire that way. But later I found out she had been doing a billionaire mindset.
Who's that there, Flounder?
Let me see if I can pronounce his last name right. Mike Vecchione.
Mike, very unusual guy. By the way, I got my buddy Scott sends me stuff on my Facebook page, and it's a picture of Maynard and Gilligan's Island people. It says the boat used was the USS Minnow, and Gilligan's Island was a 1964 wheeler with a cruising speed of 12 knots, which means they never could have traveled more than 441.5 miles. Honestly, I'm starting to doubt if any of this show was even real in the first place. Well, now you've done it, sir. It's coming up on 4 o'clock. And more liberals are screaming, which is hysterical. And a little potty mouth president scumbag as well. And a million other things. And it's all with you and me, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3.
W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
The 2024 election results in the book. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Certified by Congress today.
Vice President Kamala Harris presided over a joint session of the House and Senate for the certification of the electoral vote, declaring Donald Trump the winner of the presidential election.
Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris.
Without any interruption or protest, the session lasted just minutes, 4 years after supporters of then-President Trump stormed the Capitol in a deadly riot that stalled the certification for hours.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. Canada is headed to new elections. Embattled Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announcing he'll step down as soon as a successor is chosen.
I care deeply about this country, and I will always be motivated by what is in the best interest of Canadians.
Trudeau's popularity has been plunging over inflation and immigration. President-elect Trump has threatened to put tariffs on Canadian goods unless they tighten border policies. Air Force One is due to land shortly in New Orleans. President Biden and the First Lady to join the mourning for the 14 people killed in the New Year's terror attack. He'll also meet with local and state leaders. Governor Jeff Landry will ask for federal help.
We need a presidential declaration of disaster so that we can
can continue to prepare for the Super Bowl and mitigate the expenses that we endured during the terrorist attack on New Year's Day.
President Biden has also issued an executive order to ban permanently oil and gas drilling in 625 million acres of federal waters. As it invokes a 1953 federal law, congressional action would likely be needed to override the order. An earlier Wall Street rally fizzled for the Dow just before the close. It was trading 70 points lower. It had been sharply higher at midday. NASDAQ up more than 225 points. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details. Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Here we go. Look out. It's only me. It's on the cover with Pete Davidson, founder David Bowie. In 1993, David Bowie lost about $4 million in unpaid royalties to an Italian mafia-linked bootleg fraud of his hits, Bowie's hits in 1993. That's pretty bad. Birthday list includes Danny Pintoro. You may know the name, 49 years old. Says you're HIV positive. Who's the Boss star? So actually, I remember the show a little bit. Never really watched it. That's cool. I was going to do a little thing here. I was going to get a musical thing with Flounder. That's the other thing. I got 2 musical history things I was going to ask Flounder to get for me, and I forgot to ask him, so I'll have to do it during the break and see if we can do them later.
But Why don't you just ask me on air?
Okay. Well, it would kind of spoil it.
All right, then we'll get them off air.
It would kind of spoil it.
We got 2 more hours.
No, that's fine. But I do have, actually, there is kind of a bizarre thing. You guys would know the name more than I do. Aaron Carter. I guess he was Nick Carter's brother. He's a rapper.
Didn't he kill himself?
A bizarre story. On this day in 2005, Aaron Carter was in his Cadillac Escalade, and a mattress fell off a truck in front of him, and he didn't have time to avoid it, so he drove over the mattress, which got caught under his Escalade and caught on fire, causing the engine and the SUV to explode. He luckily got out just in time, but that was in 2005. But then a couple of years ago, Aaron Carter, the same guy, was inhaling some spray cleaner gas fumes and stuff in his bathtub and drowned. He drowned in his bathtub. Again, my God, Whitney Houston, Whitney's daughter. Holy smokes. Anyway, there you are. All right, 404-741-1230. 741-1230. 404-741-1230. Flounder, let's play cut number 2. This is where, again, Sonny Hostin on The View, I'm not making this up. We'll play it again later on. We'll play it a couple more times. Actually said that January 6th was as bad as World War II and the Holocaust. Also, the Fox News guy, I heard him say this. I wrote it down. The Fox News guy said in the anniversary of the deadly riot. Now, when you look back at what they call the insurrection, when you look back at January 6th, would you call it a deadly riot? The only person who died because of it that day was an innocent woman. If you normally say, boy, there was a deadly riot, you're talking about police shooting people and people shooting people and people dying and stuff like that. Would that? Do you think that's appropriate for the Fox News anchor guy to call it a deadly riot? I think it's a little iffy. phrase, to be honest with you. But again, and honestly, we're going to, people are going to have an opinion about this for a long time, probably. And then we'll all forget it eventually, but still.
It was an incident. It was an incident where a mob got out of control. Yeah, it wasn't overthrowing the government when you're walking through velvet ropes and staying inside the ropes and you're being led in by the FBI and the Capitol Police.
Remember the Buffalo Head guy? The Buffalo Head guy. We finally saw the video there. And by the way, there's still more video that hasn't been released yet, which will show even more duplicity by the freaking FBI. Remember the video that we finally found just came out recently of showing them unhandcuffing the guys who were there in cahoots with them at the Capitol and saying, shaking hands and off they go. It's unbelievable.
Where's the photo of the guy? His face is covered. He's all bulked up, so you can't see who he is. His face covered. He's got a MAGA hat on, and he's flashing his badge to the camera.
Right. I mean, the set, again, dozens of undercover guys for the federal Gestapo investigation anyway.
Egging it on.
And by the way, they're not even done. Flounder cut number 2. This is incredible. I love libs of TikTok. And by the way, I don't do TikTok stuff, but the libs of TikTok, I try not to miss when they post something that shows up on my phone or on X and so forth, because, and again, I don't watch this stuff, but you might, and you should at least know about it because your kids are probably well aware of it. Today, President Potato Head and the cuckold queen are in New Orleans. They're just showing up, I think probably right about now, showing up in New Orleans to, commiserate with the victims. But first of all, if I had a loved one suffer from that attack in New Orleans and the president and that cuckold queen were coming to there, I would not meet them. I would not. He has been such a phony and a liar and a disgrace to this country. And I don't forget things like the Afghan withdrawal and the way that white supremacy is the most dangerous thing, and the school board, and I could no more have him see how sorry he is for someone that I love was killed in an attack. Anyway, so I wouldn't go. Now again, I'm a small man sometimes, and so that's probably wrong, but I wouldn't go. I'd rather suffer the loss with my family and loved ones as opposed to that slime bag and his slimy, dirty, stinking tramp wife. Sorry, that's the ball game. Now, here we go. Freaks on the left, though, are now using the New Orleans attack by the ISIS fanatic and the psycho in Vegas to blame their favorite target once again. Libs of TikTok posted this metal-faced freak, founder cut number 2.
It's amazing to me that so many people are incapable of thinking for themselves. And that's why we're in this position today. In the past 4 years, we haven't had any terrorist attacks. And then all of a sudden, as soon as Trump gets voted into office, take a look. 2 terrorist attacks in less than a week. But somehow this is Biden's fault? If you guys don't understand how absolutely ridiculous you sound and how ignorant you are, then you get everything that you deserve. And I hope you are the next victim of those terrorist attacks. Because at the end of the day, if you think this is Biden's fault, you're clearly an idiot.
And she hopes that you will be the next victims of a terrorist attack. Wow. Golly.
Did you see what she was? She's a reptile. She's not a human being.
She's got metal.
Every inch of her face is metalled.
And she's different colored things of some style of, I don't even know.
How many trans shooting happened over Biden's presidencies at those schools?
It's so ridiculous. You can't even, the problem is you can't argue with them. You can't say, what about this? What about that? It doesn't make any difference.
Anybody that would self-mutilate themselves to that point, you basically should be shunned.
I mean, and by the way, whatever happened to those days where people would say, as some little boy, if you were out there with, your 7-year-old daughter or son would probably say, "Oh, mommy, look at that! What is that?"
Freak show.
Yeah, tell them.
It used to be in the carnies.
Yeah, that's right. I used to pay good money to see people like that. Remember the tattooed lady?
There's a cartoon a couple years ago. It showed the ringmaster of the carnival saying, "I'm going to have to let you all go. You're nothing special
That's
anymore."
Right. You're everywhere where you look. And by the way, this to me is still, it's just amazing to me. President Slimebag, and again, this is not a nice man. This is not a friendly old grandpa type who's trying to bring the country together. He's a disaster and a pervert and a freak and a disgusting slime bag. And he's now Parting attacks to the press during a award last night. Social Security Fairness Act was signed in the crowd there last night. And somebody asked him, Mr. President, do you still believe he's Donald Trump? Do you still believe that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy? Biden said, I think what he did was a genuine threat to democracy. After responding to allegations Trump wants to end birthright citizenship, Biden switched the topic to attacking the reporters. Quote, I might be the oldest president, but I know moral world leaders than any one of you have ever met in your whole GD life. And he used the phrase. Now, okay, I've used a phrase. We've all used a lot of us. I mean, and clearly, and I've really over the years tried not to ever do it. And if I ever do, I always immediately apologize to everything. But still, President of the United States and the gaggle of reporters after a ceremony. And he uses that phrase to sort of defend the fact that he knows world leaders. Remember the last time you knew world leaders, you got them all wrong, and you mentioned one guy you met last week who had been dead for 12 years. And then Mitterrand or the other guy from Germany, which either one, be fine. I mean, my God.
Just stay.
Jesus. My criminy.
Dead for decades.
Oh, Lord. He mocked a reporter, asked him whether he could. Again, remember this other one. Absolutely. In November, he mocked a reporter, asking whether he could broker a hostage deal between Hamas and Israel before he left office. President, do you think you can get a hostage deal done by the end of your term? This was an Israeli correspondent asked. Biden replied, quote, do you think you can keep from getting hit in the head by a camera behind you? And just snarked at him. What the hell's, and he gives the award to, with all those people over to George Soros.
Soros, an anti-American communist, basically.
Who's deliberately behind every single screaming socialist liberal DA are winning with his money.
What he did to allegedly our biggest ally should have disqualified him from that.
Well, the British...
British. He brought the British economy to a standstill.
Yeah.
He broke them.
Yeah. And made $1 billion. And was it one day or a weekend or something? Just overnight, basically. Unbelievable. We got more in this kind of stuff, and they're still defending him. Also, we will do the best and worst things of the Golden Globes. I didn't see it until this morning around 5:30. I turned on Fox News to watch, and it was Nikki Glaser. Didn't even recognize her. We got all coming up. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. And we'll do Pete's. Let's do Pete's tweets next, just because what the heck, it's 4 o'clock and it's Monday, and why not? Well, you ready? Yeah, let's do it. And I got my sign right here, baby. Ha, 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 ha. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, and tweets, I tell you.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, XTRA 106.3.
The next couple of weeks going to be interesting as we move toward the inauguration of Donald Trump, the left-wing nightmare. Liberals, Democrats, they are beside themselves. They're losing their minds over this. A friend of mine, East Cobb, sent me a copy of a letter that he had taped to his mailbox. He had a Trump sign in his yard. Oh, my God. And the letter said this: Hi, neighbor. You might not be aware that your Trump sign signifies hatred and division and looks repulsive in our neighborhood. It is synonymous with racism, misogyny, homophobia, and xenophobia. The letter writer forgot transphobia. We don't want our children looking up to bullies, liars, cheaters, or traitors, and your sign says that you are proud of supporting somebody who promotes these traits. It is offensive in so many ways. We believe in teaching our children better values than yours, like kindness, truth, and honesty. Hopefully, you were unaware of the message your sign sends to the residents who live here. It's truly not a good look, and we hope it wasn't intentional. Yeah, he put the sign out there by accident. Let's not define name of neighborhood with the negative values your sign speaks to. We are better than that. Decency is on the ballot, and we and our children know where you stand. As Maya Angelou wisely said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Is this what you are? With concern, your neighbors. If I had this person on the radio and was interviewing them, number one, define racism. Then, define homophobia. Now, define xenophobia. And why did you forget transphobia? And they'd sit there, idiots. They're in every neighborhood. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
You know something, it's really appropriate talking today about January 6th and safety and security and telling the truth and stuff like that, protecting your rights, like my friends and your friends at Atlanta Safe House. Now, it's not a political statement, although these guys, they're saluting the flag and protecting America and your stuff. Atlanta Safe House has a showroom in Acworth up on Industrial Boulevard. They love for folks to come in and say howdy. We've been doing a lot of talking about firearms and things like that and safety, and why not, for goodness sakes, obviously. They have a selection of pistol safes. Check them out on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. And the gun safes, and again, they can arrange this stuff inside those gun safes pretty much any way you want it. Shelving units and nooks and crannies and stuff like that, protecting your stuff. And Lord knows, take it from the Kimmer. Don't lose your medical records like this. Some idiot I know really personally. But things like your living will, the stuff for your family, retail and financial records and all the stuff you have to save. You know what I'm talking about, as well as, jewelry and cash and maybe your first rose, ladies, from your junior prom. I don't know. I don't know anything about girls, but I know about safety and security, home of the Kimmer safes. Please, and by the way, they're the best delivery service. They can bolt it from the inside to your concrete floor if you want. You can trust these people in your house or your office. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Saluting America every single day. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
At Nelson Elder Care Law, we understand that family's everything. That's why we prioritize your family's future with personalized asset protection solutions. Call us today to schedule your legacy planning meeting and discover how our team can tailor our services to meet your family's unique needs, ensuring a secure and worry-free future. NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, and if you're anything like me, you wish you could write $1 million check to the causes and charities that mean the world to you. Sometimes anything less can feel like a drop in the bucket, but when it comes to giving hope, every drop makes a difference. That's the spirit that drove us to make Stila Vitae, jewelry with a purpose. Every piece of Stila Vitae directly supports life-saving care and treatments like precision medicine thanks to Cure Childhood Cancer. Inspired by the courage and strength of these incredible children, when you wear or gift a piece of Stila Vitae jewelry, it symbolizes that same hope and resilience for anybody, anytime. They carry you through your everyday battles, good times and tough, as a beautiful symbol of your own strength. Handcrafted from sterling silver or 14-karat gold and stunning hand-set diamonds, we made them proudly so you can wear them proudly. They serve as a beacon of hope, one drop in a wave of change. Stila Vitae is available exclusively at D. Geller & Son Jewelers in Atlanta, Kennesaw, or Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
How you doing, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder?
Rain is falling through the mist of sorrow that surrounded me. The sun could never fall away. The bliss that lays around.
It was on this day in 1987, Eric Clapton started an annual event on this day in 87, playing 6 shows at the Royal Albert Hall in London. 1987 on this day, Eric Clapton. Let's see. On this day in history, this is kind of a fun day. Speaking of sounds that you may recognize, on this day in 1948, classic Humphrey Bogart movie is released, including this famous line. The famous line of the famous movie of the...
We are federales, you know, the mountain police. If you're the police, where are your badges? Badges? We ain't got no badges. No badges? We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges. Badges?
So Humphrey had one line. The other guy took it.
And just that, man. I don't know that people are still even using that in any way. I've always gotten the biggest kick out of that, and it was a famous, useful saying for a long time, and people are generations, I guess, not for a very long time. Anyway, and by the way, what a weird movie that was. Oh, crap! The thing I'm having.
Don't hit your nuts again.
Ah, man, that still hurts. I can walk around a minute ago. Anyway, that was 1948. No stinking badges. And the same day, by the way, 1942, a Pan Am flight that had started from San Francisco December 12th arrives in New York City January 6, 1942. It covered 31,500 miles, the first round-the-world commercial flight. Pan Am, 1942. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 420 to the phones. It's Swatoon. Welcome, Swatoon. Happy Monday. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, man. How was your New Year or Christmas?
Excellent. It's good to be back and on the road, and off and on we go for the new year.
We were sick for 6 days. We had a flu,
terrible.
We had to go to emergency room 3 times.
Oh my God! No, Flounder and his wife to be were as sick as a dog. And by the way, they say apparently it's around.
There's a stomach virus, there's a flu, and there's a respiratory thing going around.
Man, yeah.
It was the double ear infection with the temperature 105, 106.
Oh,
and
man.
Three different antibiotics we had to use to get it under control.
Holy cow. Is he doing okay? I hope he's doing all right.
No, we are good. That was old year, so everything bad happened last year, so that's good.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, the reason I'm calling it's this badges, like recipients.
Yeah.
Those are not really the real badges. Those are called participation trophies that all those people get.
That's right. Yeah, there you go. For the Biden team.
Second, me and my wife talked about Trump being elected as president, and we are thinking about leaving the country next year or two because we're going to have more money now saving so we can go take a vacation.
I can leave anytime you want. I can take trips, see the world.
And the third thing I want to say is because of the Trump's being now assured that he's going to be a president, and that Canadian
Trudeau, Castro,
he's been there's going to be a rise in the sea level because all the liberal tears going to be happening today.
Yeah, liberal tears, all right. That's right, too. Yeah, I'm glad your family's doing better. Happy New Year, my friend. Always a pleasure to talk to us, Swatoon. 4:24 exactly right now with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. So much more coming up about Flounder's Funnies, and we also have Holy Crap at Sports and an exciting weekend and more. I'm going to update about ESPN. We blasted them last week. They're doing better. First, Pete's tweets.
There were 158 Democrats who voted against deporting sex offenders.
Yeah.
Okay, 158. Elon Musk says these awful people all need to be voted out either in primaries or the general election. They sully the Capitol building with their presence. So let's look at who in Georgia voted against deporting sex offenders. Sanford D. Bishop Jr.
Yeah.
Henry Hank Johnson.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Nikema Williams, David Scott, and Lucy McBath.
Lucy McBath. She was the one who used to be in my district, and then she moved because she was going to be voted out, who had me blackballed and fined from my radio company because she complained to the president of the company, the corporation, the president of the corporation, a woman who didn't like my attitude. And so Lucy McCrazy actually demanded that I be taken off the air and punished because of my comments about her campaign. So here was a broadcasting company, it's like, several years ago here in Atlanta, who I got and by the way, they also put out a freaking press release saying that this Mr. Kim Peterson does not participate in the same values that we do as a broadcast. I mean, oh my God.
Think about this.
Jesus.
This was a Democratic sitting congresswoman who got someone in the media taken off the air because you complained about her.
That's right.
This is what would have happened had they won.
That's right. And you think and now they think they're talking about concentration camps. We'll get to that for the gays and trannies there too. Holy crap! 426. We're going to do.
Well, if you didn't do any tweets there, we just did one thing and then you went off on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. Well, we got so many more. Please do. I'm so sorry. I thought you were done. Oh my God! I have in my period. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying my best, but I'm not doing good.
Ashley tweets, how can anybody defend Tesla after their Cybertruck defected, filled itself with explosives, and shot the driver in the head? In Las Vegas, a speeding woman high on cocaine killed a drunk driver high on meth. Hog Mafia tweets, penalties offset, first down.
Oh, man.
James Woods tweets, listening to the vermin who fraudulently impeached Trump twice, ran a 2-year Russia hoax, cheered lawfare abuse in blue cities during election, now beg for bipartisan unity, is puke-worthy.
I think about the nerve of these people.
Lance tweets, if you're a U.S. citizen at a pro-Hamas protest, you should be added to a terror watch list. If you're not a U.S. citizen at a pro-Hamas protest, you should be added to a deportation list. And all those little college kids running around screaming about global intifada, you know what that looks like? What happened in New Orleans? That's right. Global intifada.
What do people think led to that? Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. Jeez.
And the police chief in London is again threatening Americans over online posts saying, we'll come after you. To which Elon Musk responded, you have finger guns, we have real guns.
Yeah, come after Elon Musk.
Yeah. I'm telling you, and I've said this before, anybody from MI5 or 6 or 1, 2, 3 shows up on my doorstep, they will be flown back to London in a body bag. Oh, there's places up here you will not be found.
No, that's right. Take you to the rail station.
It's in the kudzu.
Oh, my God. 428, our 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kiver Safes. Yes, it's true. You need a safe, silly rabbit, medical records, and living will, and all the kind of thing. They have sales and stuff all the time. They have a showroom in Ackworth on Industrial Boulevard, and on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. Here's the number, 404-741-1230. All right. Now, the Golden Globes were on last night. I totally forgot about it. I think I saw it in the ad for the TV guide, but I didn't watch it. And normally I try to tune in at the beginning to see who's doing what and whether it's funny or not. And I just really kind of just forgot about it. And I wish I had actually, because it turns out that it may have been entertaining, at least parts of it. But I couldn't watch the whole thing, no question about that. But Nikki Glaser. Now, again, I'm familiar with Nikki Glaser because she's, if you follow that kind of stuff, she's sexy, she's wild, she's known for having, off and on thing with her boyfriend. I mean, she's a whole thing, famous lately for doing the Tom Brady roast. She's got a dirty mouth, just a lot of sexy things and stuff like that, like that Chelsea Handler girl too. A couple of things. We'll play a little soundbite here for you in a second. A couple of things. This is somebody's review of the Golden Globe last night presentation. Again, I've never heard of any of these shows. Conclave, never heard of it. A Complete Unknown, never heard of it. The Bear, I've heard of that, never saw it. The Brutalist, never heard of it. Emilia Perez, I think I heard the name, and Shogun, I know. Okay, they say best and worst things. Best was Nikki Glaser's monologue. In fact, Flounder, I tell you what, let's play Nikki's cut of number 3 of Nikki Glaser at the Golden Globe, and then we'll kind of update and tell you a couple things about behind the scenes, too, if you would. Number 3.
Good evening, and welcome to the 82nd Golden Globes, Ozempic's biggest night.
Ozempic's biggest night.
If you're watching on CBS, hello. If you're watching on Paramount Plus, you have 6 days left to cancel your free trial. I'm Nikki Glaser, and I am absolutely thrilled to be your host tonight. Thank you. I gotta say, this feels like I finally made it. I'm in a room full of producers at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, and this time, all of my clothes are on. So, yeah, I am not here to roast you tonight. I want you to know that, and how could I, really? You're all so famous, so talented, so powerful. I mean, you could really do anything. I mean, except tell the country who to vote for. But it's okay. You'll get them next time, if there is one. And what a night. I look out and I see some of the hardest working actors in show business. And by that, I mean your servers. Yes. Yes, give it up. They'll be bringing you your cocktails to drink. tears. And Dea, you were incredible in Dune. Oh my God, I woke up for all of your scenes. You were so good.
Woke up for all. Ouch.
And Challengers, girl. Oh my God, it was so good. I mean, that movie was more sexually charged than Diddy's credit card. I mean, seriously. Oh no, I know. I'm sorry. I'm upset too. The after party's not going to be as good this year, but we have to move on. I know Stanley Tucci Freak-Off just doesn't have the same ring to it, but no baby oil this year, just lots of olive oil, okay? Well, we can't talk about movies tonight without talking about Wicked. And I did not know much about Wicked going into this year because I had friends in high school, but I loved it. I loved it so much. Everyone loved Wicked. I loved Wicked. My boyfriend loved Wicked. My boyfriend's boyfriend really loved Wicked.
She's also said, rattling off names of the nominated films, a top star was thrown into her mix too. Wicked, queer, night bitch. These are not just words. Ben Affleck yells after he has an origami. Anyway, of course, he's in the middle of a divorce from wife number 2, Jennifer Lopez. Anyway, we'll have more about Nikki stuff and the things kind of behind the scenes stuff. And more to Canadian Prime Minister and and whatever happened. Miss America. Oh, my God. It's like they're filming it on somebody's cell phone now, and you have to pay a app or oh God. I mean, honestly, I can't Miss America. There I've got a picture of me and Bert Parks together. Oh man! All right, 432.
It's lost its appeal when an Auburn cheerleader wins. I mean,
well, 433. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? There we go.
Attention Warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Alliance Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Alliance Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on XTRA 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Alliance Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarrioralliance.org for more information.
Well, we've been talking an awful lot about lawyers and legal stuff, and Donald Trump's back in the news again. And honest to goodness, things are getting complicated, including insurance companies when you have an accident. And that's why David Van Sant's a guy you need to have on your phone list of someone to call when you get in a problem, especially if it's not your fault. Good grief. Before you sign anything, if you're in a wreck and you hear that horrible crunch of stuff, David Van Sant used to work for the insurance companies. Now, we love insurance companies. I've used them. But again, I'm telling you about the story. Years and years and years ago, I had a very expensive foreign car, and somebody vandalized and scratched a paint job, and my insurance company back then wanted to pay me for a paint job on some cheapo car. I says, no, I'm paying big premiums. I want to take care of the 12 coats of lacquer. Anyway, see what I mean? You need somebody to protect your stuff. Insurance companies don't want to pay more than they have to, but David Van Sant makes them pay more than they want to, because he's in it for you. If you don't get paid, he doesn't get paid. David Van Sant at the Van Sant Law Firm, they know. And again, insurance companies have tables and graphs and charts and all that kind of stuff, and he knows all about it. So he's in it for you. Here's a phone number. Please put it in your phone, ready to go. 855-GA-INJURY. Online, vansantlaw.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Estella's Pharma.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlantis Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth. If they're going to make your life miserable, we all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com. Here we go. Ship ahoy, sailors. Da, da, da. Here we go.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself
You know, I have to say, I always enjoyed this and YMCA and In the Navy and all. I mean, I have to tell you, they're happy songs. And I don't mind saying that they always, make us smile.
Well, I think this song now is ever going to be in stone with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
This is
I did do the Trump dance. And I mean, it's like the gopher. Anyway, it's just huge. Village People, 1979. Scored their only British #1 single with YMCA, 1979. The peak single was selling 150,000 copies every day. In the gay culture from which the group sprang, the song was understood as celebrating the YMCA's reputation as a popular cruising and hookup spot. Now, again, I'm not saying, I'm just reading this, okay? That's what they're saying, and I think it's probably legitimate. I mean, let's just be honest. Now, not that we have anything wrong with that.
Keep digging.
Yeah, get a corner room at the Y. Hey, you're going to love Thursdays. 4:39, hold on to the phone. Rick the Painter, you're on the radio. Rick, what's going on, sir?
Hey, Kimmer, hey, brother. Earlier, you guys were discussing what y'all were going to be wearing at Flounder's wedding.
Yeah, the wedding, yeah.
Yeah, and y'all were talking about the shoes you were going to wear.
Shoes, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, well, do you know why shoes come in pairs?
Why shoes come in pairs? I don't. I don't. I can't see.
Because they're soulmates.
They're soulmates, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hey. Well, I better heal your advice over there if I can't think of the thing. Oh, my God, man. Rick the Painter, ladies and gentlemen, 439. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Our birthday list includes a naughty little Julie Chen. She's 55. She was the Big Brother host, wife of the former CBS president Les Moonves. He was a bad boy. She was one of the ladies on The Talk. You've probably seen her before, Julie Chen, 55. Her husband had to quit at CBS presidency because he was a slime bag and he was trying to have sex with everybody who would walk around and didn't look like a boy, apparently. On this day in history... hold on, I got to get the thing with my Mr. Froggy here. On this day in 1540, Henry VIII takes wife number 4, Anne of Cleves. Later, Henry didn't really like his new wife much, so he executed his first minister, Thomas Cromwell, who had made the mistake of arranging the marriage, ladies and gentlemen. So he executed the guy who set him up with a girl he married. Well,
And he later he didn't kill Anne, he became friends with her and kept her around for the rest of her life. And very well, they were friends.
You know, she kind of realized that, oh, golly, he was serious about this. He killed the guy. I think I'll be nice now.
The thing was, she was not that pretty. And they hid the fact she wasn't pretty till, she was there.
Yeah.
So he was mad about that. But when he got to know her, he liked her.
Yeah. Well, see, that just goes to show you, ladies, it's worth having some guy killed if you're not attractive just to find the man you want. I mean, seriously, if I'd have known that,
personality.
I'd probably still be married today, I swear to God. If I just had known the rules, God. All right, 441. No, that's just, Okay, here we go. Quickie thing on the Golden Globe thing really quickly here. Let's see. Nikki Glaser. She said, in her monologue, Nikki Glaser at Golden Globes made a joke about Harrison Ford involving Ariana Grande, but I don't get it. Ariana Grande and Zendaya. And so Nikki Glaser said, I was actually talking to Harrison backstage, and after he gave me his drink order, which is funny, I asked him, I said, would you rather work with Zendaya or Ariana? And he replied, Indica. I don't know what that means. Have any idea what that means? Must be somebody to the Hollywood crowd, but I thought, my God, to say that on the Golden Globes.
Indica is a strand of marijuana. So I hear.
Flounder just Googled that. It's an incredible. But my God, I know I said the name, and 3 seconds later, the man is Googling the name of that suspicious weed area. Golly. Well, now it makes a lot more sense. I mean, here's the guy who cracked up his plane on a golf course, for God's sakes. It isn't my fault. Also, let's see. What else? We heard a couple of things on there. For the record, there was a couple of weird things. Zoe Saldana, 46-year-old, got the trophy for Best Performance Female Supporting Role in Emily Perez, and she got emotional, bursting into tears when her name was announced. My heart's full of gratitude, and the music started playing her off. So she's screaming, "Thank you, thank you," as they put the hook on her, which was kind of bizarre. The guy Jeremy Allen White wins for The Bear, Best Actor in a Comedy or Musical, and The Bear isn't a comedy. It was stacked against Adam Brody and Ted Danson and Steve Martin and Jason Segel and Martin Short. Anyone deserved to win with their real comedic performances. Season 3 was The Bear's worst outing, too, anyway, and he wasn't even there. Let's see. Seth Rogen and Catherine O'Hara did a porn joke about covering up his bald spot. I would have filled that in, and still, I don't know what that means either. Weird. Anyway, Golden Globes, such as it is. And again, Miss America. What the hell happened here? I didn't even know that was on either, and of course it wasn't. You had to go look for it and pay for it. Miss America. The winner is a cheerleader from Alabama, Abby Stockard. She won the $50,000 tuition scholarship prize. Over the weekend, Walt Disney Theater in Orlando. Sadly overshadowed by the decision to stream on YouTube and pageantvision.com. It used to be on TV. You had to pay $100 for a week-long streaming pass or buy the episodes individually. The final you could stream. People say the whole thing destroyed Miss America. My God, it looked like it had been filmed with an iPhone. Low-end production, Miss America used to be nationally televised, prestigious, cringeworthy, awkward, gaffes in the calling for an editor. Growing up, I always watched it on live TV. Please consider bringing it back. This girl's an Auburn University nursing student and cheerleader. She was also named Miss Alabama last June, obviously, to get into Miss America. People are saying the decline of Miss America, study that, because why are they doing this? Used to be prime TV thing. Who hired these MCs? Oh, my God. Can I do a personal thing? I don't know if this is on my bingo card or not. I was single in Chicago and involved very steadily with a girlfriend I was going to marry. And I hosted the Miss Chicago beauty pageant. And it was sponsored by a vodka, vodka. What the hell's makers of vodka that I like? Anyway, Grey Goose vodka sponsored it. Grey Goose. Yeah. And so I was the MC. I was the host. I was the MC. And so I took my girlfriend with me. And so she's in the audience. She's roaming around the audience and stuff. I'm doing the show. And I realized at the time that there was this guy hanging around her. It turned out later he was the president of a famous golf course, golf club makers of some kind. And he hit on her and she got his phone number. And unbeknownst to me, I didn't know about this. While I was hosting the Miss Chicago Beauty pageant, my girlfriend, supposedly in love with me, I got this guy's number, and I didn't find out until later. That was like the next day I was at her house, and the phone rang. This is before cell phones. It's like 82 or 3 or something like that, 84 or whatever. And before cell phones, and her phone rang, and she had to go downstairs to answer it, and because it was that guy who that she gave her phone number to. So that was my, I'm sure glad I hosted that event. Anyway, 446. I'm up on that thing doing a thing, and she's getting picked up by a guy. Oh, God. Anyway, Kimmer Peen Flounder, say la vie. It's New Year. I still got a chance to find happiness. Really, chicks, man. I bet there's one out there. Maybe a Flounder's wedding with Miss Veronica. There might be a single chick.
I'm sure there's one if the price is right.
If I have enough cash. I got to work on getting enough cash for that a month from now. Anyway, 404-741-1230. Here we go. Look at 106.3. Here we go.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
Look out, I think your health insurance premiums just went up again. Hey, it's the Kimmer. How's it going? Hey, I got great news. If you're tired of those skyrocketing health insurance premiums, introducing Trump Care. If you're healthy and self-employed, small business owner, close to Medicare, even on a COBRA plan, Health Insurance Doctors got you covered. How about saving up to 60% on annual premiums with Trump Care plans? Nationwide PPO network. Let you see any doctor, any hospital, plus 0 deductibles, no co-pays. The best part, plans are available year-round. No more open enrollment, no hard-to-get subsidies, no IRS penalties. Oh, guess what? It's free to you. You don't have to pay them to do it. The Health Insurance Doctor for decades, proudly serving the metro Atlanta area. Thousands of happy customers. Here's a free number to get a quote, 678-523-0759. Visit healthinsurancedoctor.net. Here's the number again. Again, there's no charge to you, 678-523-0759. On the web, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to firstlibertyga.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
For half a century, glyphosate has affordably and effectively protected Georgia farmers' crops from invasive weeds. Without it, the impact would be felt beyond the fields, hitting Americans where it hurts, our wallets. That's why the Modern Ag Alliance advocates for farmers' continued access to essential crop protection tools so food prices don't rise even more. Get the facts at controlweedsnotfarming.com. Paid for by the Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
There we go. I like it. Hey, how you doing? It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete and Flounder.
There's a light in your eye that keeps shining, like a star that can wait for tonight. I hate to think I've been blinded, baby. What can I see tonight?
It's 1975. The mayor of Boston canceled a Led Zeppelin concert after 2,000 fans rioted trying to buy tickets. They caused about $50,000 to $75,000 in damage at the Boston Garden in 1975. The gig during the band's North American tour was rescheduled for the next month, February 1975. Led Zeppelin, answer. Our birthday list includes Rowan Atkinson, the British fellow, Mr.
Very
Bean.
funny.
Very funny guy.
Blackadder.
70 years old. 70 years old, Rowan Atkinson, known as Mr. Bean, but he's in so many of those weird... I don't know.
Johnny Dangerously.
Spy movies.
No,
was that the Johnny Dangerously? You sneaky bastard.
That's another. That's a whole nother thing.
Anyway, you know the guy I'm talking about. If you saw his face, you'd recognize him. He kind of reminds me of Peter Sellers in a way. He has that silly little mannerism.
Very Monty
sometimes.
Python-ish.
Yeah. Should be part of that whole troupe. Absolutely. And on this day, just thinking phone. Hold on, I got Mr. Phone here. I got a double phone. On this day in history, it was 1945. George Bush the first and that saucy little Barbara Pierce got married in Rye, New York. 1945, George Bush and Barbara. And on the same day in 1759, it was George Washington marrying Martha Dandridge Custis. Martha was a widower with 2 children. 1759, George Washington married her. She brought great wealth to the marriage, enabling George Washington to buy land and add 266 slaves to the 30 he already owned. Okay, all right, different time. So in other words, he was able to buy 266 more slaves, marrying into money. That's where I go. Martha brought 2 children to the marriage, ages 4 and 6, and Washington adopted them. The children are pictured in a painting of the wedding ceremony from 1759. So there you go. Anyway, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Oh, this is Pope Francis. They're starting to wonder at the Vatican whether the Pope is getting a little saucy in his old age or something. His Holiness is now 88. And he was talking to the sisters from the Union of St. Catherine of Siena and the missionaries of the school somewhere, wherever the hell that is. And he was talking to the nuns, and he said, many times in my life I have encountered nuns with a vinegar face. And this is not friendly. This is not something that helps to attract people. And he advised the nuns to avoid the rumor mill, along with your vinegar face. Please distance yourself from gossip. Gossip kills, gossip poisons. Please, no gossiping among you, none. And to ask this of a woman is heroic. Oh, my God, here we go. And to ask no gossiping of a woman is heroic. But come on, let's move forward and no gossip. Now, and by the way, please, no dialogue with the devil. Please speak with everyone except the devil. This is the Pope telling this to the nuns. Of course, in the past June, Pope had to apologize for using some slurs suggesting that gay guys should not be priests. He said there's an air of phraseology in the Vatican, which is like fairiness. In a meeting with 200 priests, the 88-year-old Argentine Holy Magnificence suggested it was better that young men with homo tendencies not be allowed to get in the cemetery. I'm sorry, seminary. Sorry. And then the Vatican says, no, the Pope never intended to offend or express anybody. No, he opened room for everybody in the church. Everybody has room in the old church there. And they're saying it can be embarrassing and maybe a sign of pronounced old age. The man is 88. But, and
he's a commie. So basically,
and he's gone overboard to try to justify or condone or allow or just be too forgiving. Americans. I mean, but again, is that forgiveness or is that just? I don't know. It seems political as opposed to religious.
He grew up in South America, hating the U.S.
Argentina. Yeah. Well, I may be showing, looks like it. By the way, speaking of people who hate, the liberals of the LGBT community, and especially the trannies, are joining Liberal Gun Club, the Socialist Rifle Association, and Pink Pistols, among other things. Thousands of firearms requests for the LGBTQ community because they say 3 months before the election of Donald Trump, the alarm bells started to ring. One woman tranny says minorities are armed and more difficult to legally oppress. We're ready to fight back in the event of hate crimes or terrorist attacks, says the people of LGBTQ community. There's been a huge surge in people in the gay gun group Pink Pistols. Armed gays don't get bashed. Homosexuals should embark on an organized effort to become comfortable with guns because we're not looking to arm up and storm the Capitol. We just don't want to be put in concentration camps because of Donald Trump.
Because that's what happened the first 4 years he was in there. He must have forgotten all about that dictatorship crap.
Well, as a Nazi, it's really his duty. I mean, I think, they're afraid of being put in concentration camps. Maybe if you keep killing people in the name of gender inequity or something, that might be a thing to do.
I'm all for locking them up if they're going to keep killing Christian boys and girls.
Children's and Christian schools and stuff. Yeah, that's fine with me.
You think society wouldn't be better off?
Good Lord. By the way, I don't know what this means, but you guys will. Hulu Plus Live TV is merging with, Disney with Fubo. So we got Hulu Live TV and Fubo are having a live thing now, creating the internet pay TV company, second biggest behind YouTube. It'll be bigger than the third one, Sling, and it clears the way for Disney's Venue. So we got Venue, Fubo, Hulu, Sling. Whatever happened to, I don't know, oh my God. Now we're going to have ABC, ESPN, ESPN Plus. And consumers separate offerings after the. I don't know what this means. I mean, honestly, I guess I don't know what to do. By the way, my Comcast bill went up. It's $320 a month.
No, that's your fault.
It was $311 last week. I just got my bill Saturday, $320-something a month. A month.
It's your fault.
Well, I guess I should get the 9 different TV guide remotes to get 9 different systems.
What's going on? This is for you. That's good news. They're consolidating. Pretty soon, there's going to be down to maybe 2 or 3.
Well,
they're all having to merge together to fight the other ones because the other ones are merging.
Yeah. Well,
which isn't probably good for us, the consumer, but for you, who doesn't know how to switch around.
Yeah. I'm seriously. I'm overwhelmed because I want to do the right thing, but I don't want to have 9 remote controls in my hand and figure out how the hell to look at what's on TV tonight.
You don't need but one remote control.
Well, a good woman is what I am. Pete, there we go. Flounders, funnies, Nuckies, Hoagies, right here.
Chick-fil-A calls you by your name, not the number on your receipt. Psychologically, that shows that they appreciate you, and they want you to know that they appreciate you. Now, McDonald's, they still call you by the digits on your receipt like an inmate. We got an order for McInmate 695-787, cell block 4. Are you here? Excuse me. McDonald's is religious too. I don't know if y'all know that. They believe spare the rod, spoil the patron. Which is why if you get out of line, they will discipline their customers on sites. Have you seen it? What's the last viral fight video that went viral? It's where a customer threw fries and a drink at the manager. You know what the manager threw? A whole blender. Look it up. It was still plugged up to the wall. You gotta be angry if you throw a blender while it's making a McFlurry. I'm like, the one time the shake machine is working, you use it to beat a customer, the instructions say blend.
And how come the shake machines, the employees used to say they were so hard to fix. And they just didn't want to bother. They were really, horrible to mess with.
To clean.
They just didn't want to take care of them. Anyway, coming up on 5 o'clock, we have Holy Crap at Sports. And I want to I'll give some credit. Of course, it was only done because they were so guilty and shamed after the last time, what ESPN did for the Saturday night game.
Oh, screw that. This is going to be Falcons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, boy.
Here we go, and for very good reason. And Penix, what do you think? It's all coming up. Pete Davis next, 5 o'clock. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
You
election's been certified. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. Vice President Harris presiding over a joint session of Congress accepting each state's electoral college results.
Harris did what just a few of her predecessors have done before, declaring her opponent the election winner.
Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes.
The certification was without any objection, where the violence that interrupted the electoral count 4 years ago as supporters of then-President Trump breached the U.S. Capitol.
Fox's Jared Halpern, the vice president, saying afterwards,
I did what I have done my entire career, which is take seriously the oath that I have taken many times to support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
President Biden has issued an executive order to permanently halt oil and gas drilling in 625 million acres of federal waters. President-elect Trump says he will unban it as soon as he takes office, but the order invokes a 1953 federal law, so reversing it needs congressional action. Alaska Republican Congressman Dan Sullivan.
We will have a really good opportunity to reverse a lot of this during budget reconciliation. That will reverse it in terms of the law. And my colleagues in the Senate, and I know in the House, are very, very motivated to implement the Trump mandate to unleash America's energy.
Fox News confirming the president-elect will host Republican congressional leaders at Mar-a-Lago this week to plan a big budget reconciliation bill to implement as much of his agenda as possible at one time. President Biden arriving in New Orleans to grieve with the community over the New Year's terror attack that killed 14 people. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announcing today he will resign both as Prime Minister and as head of Canada's Liberal Party as soon as they decide on a successor. Wall Street, the Dow dropped 26 points. NASDAQ gained 243. The S&P 500 closed up 33 points. America is listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details. Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of flank. Ready on your dog target. Road guard. Out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper with Pete Davis and Flounder and you. And it's freaking Monday. Holy Crap Sports is coming up. We got tweets. We got stuff. We got Flounder's funnies. We got stuff. We got a little doggy in the thing there. What do you got there?
No. We have 2 tweets we need to get to right now.
Let's do them right now. Pete Davis, ladies and gentlemen, 504. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, go.
What was the last thing you talked about before we went to break?
I teased. Well, now I've forgotten.
You talked about your cable bill.
Oh, my cable bill. Comcast cable. Last week, my cable bill was $311 a month. Mm-hmm. This week, I got Saturday in the mail, and my cable Comcast bill was something like $320-something a month. Now, a month.
All right. Okay, so Ron says, it's funny hearing a grown man complain, how much cable is costing him, and he's a single man. What are you watching, big guy?
Oh, I'll tell you, Mr. Funny Face, I'm not watching squat. I don't have squat. I don't have Cinemax. I don't have the movie channel. I have HBO and Showtime. That's it. I don't have I don't have porn channels. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Hulu, Zubu, Fubbub, TikTok, and Skorkflock. I don't have any of that crap. I don't have anything. I got the 2 channels, Showtime and HBO, and that's it. $320 a month. And my internet.
To follow up and what Ron said, one of our bosses, I won't say who.
No, probably Steve.
says, okay, so we have to get Kim's bill and figure out why he's paying that much to Comcast. That's ridiculous. Does he have every porn channel?
No, I don't have anything. I'm telling you, I swear to God, I didn't even know there are porn channels. I don't have squat.
Oh, yeah, right.
I know. Well, I mean, I know I can look up on my internet, but I don't have anything on my TV. I don't have porn channels on my TV. What porn channels? Well, what porn channels can you get on your
a big screen TV if you can't hook over to the search thing and web it?
I don't even know what that means. I don't know how to put a web thing on my television.
You can't search the internet on your television?
I do it on my computer or my phone. When I Google stuff like Fox News in the morning, I use my phone apps.
So 1978.
I mean,
do you drive a K car? Do you have a Chrysler K car? Really?
You know, I'm going to have to be. The problem is, I really. Okay, here's. I look at the TV guide and the freaking newspaper. I spend $700 a year for the stupid newspaper just to get the TV guide because that's pretty much all that's freaking in it. And I look up and see so I know what's on, and it has all the channels, stuff like that, so I know what to watch on TV. And it also has a guide, the thing you put in your hand, the remote control, and there you go. Now, all of a sudden, if I get like 19 different things, how am I going to get 19 different guides to see what they're showing when I have to click them in to see what's on? It would take forever to go one by one to see what that channel is showing that night.
Why do you have to know what's showing that night when everything is always there? You just go to the Disney Channel. What do I want to watch on Disney tonight? Oh, I'm going to go to Fubo. Oh, I can watch the ball games tonight, or I can watch the news tonight. Why do you have to know what's going on that night when it's always there?
Okay, how does Fubo give me a guide to put in my hand to see what's on Fubo?
It has a guide on the television. You just looked at it. Why do you need the guide?
To click the channel.
No. Why do you need to do that? Find a show you like. Like you want to watch Landman. Okay.
Never
you go on the little thing that has Landman. It's like the follow-up.
I know. Okay. That's right.
And you go, okay, I want to watch Landman tonight. So you go wherever Landman is, Paramount Plus, and you watch Landman because it's always there. The shows are always there. You don't have to be right there at 8 o'clock at night or miss it.
I know. Okay, well, obviously I have to change my entire life. And I don't, I just, God, whatever. All right, sorry, folks. It's me.
This is convenient. You don't have to be in a certain place at a certain time or you're going to miss it. You can watch it anytime you want at 2 in the morning.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is my fault. I apologize that I'm distracting you with all this crap about me being so stupid. Here's my thing. I want to go home tonight. When I get home, I get home at 7 o'clock. I start thinking about freaking dinner. By around 8 o'clock, I usually put on Fox TV with Jesse's stupid face, who I'm beginning to hate because he's an idiot. I know, because he might have good guests on, while I'm doing stuff like my history and stuff for the next day. Okay, so that's what I do with my little center in front of the TV and doing my stuff for the show. Okay, what I want to be able to do is look at my TV guide and see what the hell's on. So you tell me how if I have 19 different things, how if I go home tonight and sit down in front of my TV and say, I wonder what's on, how am I going to find out what's on without going to 19 different channel guides?
Okay, most of the things that so the CBS and ABC suck. So why are you bothering with that anyway? There's so much great television on all those places.
Okay.
Just scroll down and go, that looks good.
Okay.
I'll watch the entire series of that this week.
Okay, wait a second. Okay, so I'm sitting down in my chair, and I want to see what's on TV tonight, so I pick up what? I pick up the remote control for Hubu, and then I click on a thing that says...
There's no remote. There's one remote control, and what it does, it gives you a choice. Go to the Disney Channel. Go to Paramount Plus.
There's one control that has all those numbers, all those names on it?
It's on your TV. No, it's on your TV. It's not on the remote. It's on the TV, and you just look down and you scroll down the TV to which channel you want to go to, just like you do your entire life.
Well, all right, Flounder, send your girl over my house or something. I'll we'll do the thing there.
The thing is, you're not alone. There's a lot of people out here that are fighting.
I hate it. I just hate it.
But this is more convenient.
Yeah. Well, again, I just why is it so hard? I mean, I'm overwhelmed. The problem is I'm overwhelmed. There's so I held Flounder today. I had to take my lapping pad thing into the freaking studio to say, how come I can't get out of this? It won't let me out. I couldn't swipe it. I couldn't think. I couldn't do it. Nothing. I couldn't undo it. It wouldn't let me out. It was frozen. It wouldn't let me out. And then finally it did. And I said, well, how the hell did that happen? I still don't know. I don't know how I got out of it.
Well, there's different levels to this confusion. I'm still fighting with Verizon, trying to get HBO Max on my television and my phone, which they promised 9 months ago, and nobody can figure out how to do that. This is how, so even sometimes it gets so insane that even they're too stupid to figure out. Yeah. I'm at the point I'm about to leave Verizon because they just suck right now.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry, folks. I need to get distracted on all this stuff. It's 5:10.
Real quick, we got Joe on the line. He thinks he has a solution for you.
Oh, God. I know I'm a tough customer, Joe. What you got, man? Welcome aboard.
Hey, Kimmer, long-time listener, and had you listened to you back in the Kimmer Comedy Classics
I'll be done.
days.
Yes, thank you very much.
But as far as your Comcast goes, Pete and Flounder have to help you out by setting you up different accounts.
Yeah.
But all you have to do is hold down the blue microphone and say Netflix, and it'll take you straight to Netflix. You hold down the blue microphone and say Paramount Plus. It'll take you to Paramount Plus.
It does, Jan. But I haven't signed
the same remote.
But I haven't signed up for it. Will it sign me up, or do I have to
sign up for it?
No, I mean Pete and Flounder have to set those up for you ahead of time, and do it at your house and set up your TV, set up your cable so that it recognizes it.
Yeah. Well,
once you're signed up, it's that easy.
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate it. Obviously, I have a mental thing here, but I'm definitely going to this year. Honestly, this is a thing for me to look forward to. I'm definitely going to take care of this because it's driving me nuts. Absolutely driving me nuts, and I hate the Comcast.
Real quick, we got Lori on the line. She wanted.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Lori. Hi, Lori. You're on the radio. What's going on, baby? What's happening?
Hey, Kimmer.
Hey,
I know you're overwhelmed. My husband gets overwhelmed too.
Yeah.
But what we did, we had Mediacom, and they kept doing us like Comcast is doing you.
Yeah.
Well, we had AT&T to come up. I thought they were Jehovah's Witnesses. They was all over the neighborhood. And they were. They were going door to door to have a special.
Yeah.
And I think you have AT&T with your phone, correct?
I do. I have an AT&T phone account, and I used to have AT&T TV down in Florida. I'm sorry?
They have cable. My cable bill for my internet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, internet, not cable.
Yeah.
My internet. I know you worry about your internet. $79, Kimmer.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
Or $69. Never go up.
Yeah.
And then you get we have the little clicker that has Netflix and all that. It's real easy if someone come over there and help you.
Yeah.
Really. I know you're overwhelmed, but it is easy. It's just sitting and doing it.
Yeah. Once I do it.
Into your internet, and then you can do YouTube for your cable. You can do Prime, like Pete was saying about Prime, Amazon, and then you have everything on there. You can get rid of that people that's ripping you off.
I know. Well, I'm going to do it, sweetie. I know, baby. I know. Thank you, my little angel.
I hated the Mediacom. Same thing. Every month, go up on you.
Hey, it's a monster. Thank you, sweetie. I really appreciate it. 513. I promise I'll be better about all.
I forgot about the voice activated. I don't even have that. That's very easy.
And it says, I just say, hit the blue button and say Fox News, and it'll switch you to Fox News. I mean, but again, there are limits to it. But again, the guy who turned it up, well, it's a long story. All right, 513. Fun time. Holy cow, what the world is going on? And didn't we know what was going to happen? Pete Davis's head is exploding next with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go. Look out.
Monday, the 20th. President Donald Trump is officially sworn in as President of the United States. And XTRA 106.3 will bring you live coverage of the inauguration and everything that happens next. There will be a lot of changes and breaking news in the first 100 days of Donald Trump's second presidency. And XTRA will have live updates from the biggest personalities in the country and the local legends you know and trust. For the breaking news without the spin, there's only one place you can talk about it. XTRA 106.3 FM.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
This is Steve and his good friend named Enos. They're inseparable, but Enos has a real problem. He's not the Enos he used to be. For years, he was on top of his game. a power hitter. Enos used to stand out in the crowd.
Hey, there's Enos.
But one day things changed. As Enos got older, he couldn't perform like he used to.
Enos.
He had trouble getting up for work.
Enos.
He'd fall asleep on the job.
Enos?
Enos knew something was wrong, so he reached out to Steve for help. Steve did some research and suspected Enos was struggling with ED. Then he heard a commercial on the radio for Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They could fix Enos. So Steve gave Enos a lift to Dr. Deal's. And within hours, he was back in the game, swinging like a champ with an action plan and a new attitude.
Oh, Enos.
So the moral of the story is, if your friend Enos is struggling with ED, remember Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Learn more at tbtofga.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Skag. Ready to make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood? With Skag mowers from Howard Brothers, you can create those perfect professional stripes that turn heads every time. Skag mowers are built for power and reliability, making them the ultimate tool for lawn enthusiasts and pros alike. Don't wait for spring to sneak up. Gear up now and get ahead of the season. See why Skag is a choice for beautiful stripe-worth lawns. You can find their line of mowers at Howard Brothers. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Skag and Howard Brothers.
A lot of us have a 401k, but many of us don't know what we should do with them as we get closer to retirement. I'm here with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, what would you personally recommend?
Well, Kevin, what we recommend is when you separate service from your employer or when you turn 59 and a half, you need to look at what your options can be, because within a 401k, you're getting payroll deduction, you're getting a handful of different options, but it's very limited because a 401k is a one-size-fits-all for everybody in your company. Well, what we do when we have options to go outside the 401k, even while you're still employed, you can continue to contribute, but you can move those into different and better options than what you have within your 401k. And so we want to be able to run our 401k x-ray, be able to show you exactly what it is you are doing within your portfolio, and then see what your options are outside of that to improve your circumstance.
Because, Evan, let's be honest, retirement, this is not a one-size-fits-all answer, right? These are individual, personalized plans you're going to put together. Everybody's situation is going to be different, right?
Of course. And so, the 401k gives you a limited set of options because that is what has to be available to the client. But outside of your 401k, you have thousands of options that are often a lot more custom and tailor-made to your personal needs.
If you'd like more details, pick up the phone and call Evan Ward today and the team at Atlas Retirement. They are standing by to answer your questions. 678-736-7799. 678-736-7799. Pick up that complimentary 401k x-ray, or you can get more details online today. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Look out. Yeah, Falcons. We could have led the show with it. Anyway, sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Well, we got scores, we got everything else, but holy crap, it's sports. And here we go. Stand by, Pete Davis.
First, the emotional response to yet another losing non-playoff season for mismanaged sports franchises in North American history, the Atlanta Falcons. What a bunch of losers. And I'm not even talking about the players, especially the offense, which showed up for a must-win game at home against a 4-12 opponent they had beaten by 18 earlier this season in Carolina. But the defense disappeared against a quarterback who only got his job back after the backup had a car wreck. They made Bryce Young look like Joe Montana. Frankly, I would have fired retread Raheem Morris and defensive coordinator Jimmy Lake 2 seconds after the final whistle of a 44-38 embarrassing loss. 44 points given up to the Carolina Panthers. But the Falcons won't fire their losing coach. The Patriots just did after only 1 year. But that's a franchise used to winning Super Bowls, unlike these bumbling idiots. I keep hearing he's only had 1 year. Give him another chance. He's building something and all that twaddle. So tell me, and Kimmer, you've been here a long time.
Yep.
In over 60 years of this franchise giving the coach 1 more year, has that ever worked out?
I'm trying to think. No. When? Where?
No.
Anytime.
No. Not here for the Atlanta Falcons. It just delays the inevitable firing another year. If the Falcons do win next year, it'll be because of their young talent and despite Raheem Morris. And why was he hired in the first place? When the Broncos needed a new head coach, they went out and got a proven Super Bowl winner in Sean Payton. When the Chargers, usually as equally inept as the Falcons, they needed a new head coach, they go out and they get Jim Harbaugh, a proven winner in the NFL who had just led Michigan to the national title. The Falcons, they do it the easy way. They hire the good guy the players like. They already knew this guy, a guy who wouldn't make waves and wouldn't rile anybody up, and they like him. It's an easy hire. It's the comfortable hire. And for the second straight year, we were told this team should make the playoffs, and for the second straight year, here we are watching everybody else in the postseason. I've been watching this team for 55 years now, and it never changes. It starts at the top. Arthur Blank is a great businessman. He's a great philanthropist, a good citizen of Atlanta, but he absolutely sucks as an NFL owner. He gets nice stadiums built, but that's not the goal. The goal is to win Super Bowls. The Falcons are charter members of the sorriest group in the league. They're one of only 12 teams that have never won a Super Bowl, ever. The management around this team sucks. The coaching staff, for the most part, sucks. The defense didn't look prepared for a lousy team yesterday, and worse, it looked like they weren't even trying at times. And for the 55th straight year, I'm hearing the same BS coming out of Flowery Branch that I heard coming out of Sewanee and Snapfinger Road before that. Stay the course. Give the coach one more year. That's the Falcons' way. That's the loser's way. So that's the emotional part of this. That's the longtime fan in me. Now let's look at the numbers. Yesterday, Bryce Young became the first quarterback in Panthers history to throw 3+ touchdowns and run for 2+ touchdowns in a single game. Bryce Young did that against them. The Falcons have now set a record for futility, their 7th straight losing season. 7 years without the playoffs. But stay the course. Who wouldn't want to do that with that sterling record? Only 14 teams in NFL history have had more consecutive losing seasons. The Falcons lost to a team that was 1-15 on the road the past 2 years, 1-15. The Falcons became the first team in NFL history with a 300-yard passer, 175-yard receiver, and a 150-yard rusher, each under the age of 25 in the same game. First time ever. And they still lost to a 4-12 team coming in. A divisional rival they know like the back of their hand and had beaten handily earlier in this season. The Falcons have had just 2 winning seasons since 2013. Barack Hussein Obama was president then, continuing the discussion about losers. They are wasting Bijan Robinson's best years. After the loss, he sat on the bench, tears in his eyes. You had to feel for the young man, knowing that he's finally realizing he's playing for one of the most worst franchises in NFL history and will likely never see a championship here. Last year, they didn't make the postseason, so they fired the head coach. This year, with more talent, they fell short again. So why aren't they firing the coach again this year? Oh, you're right, because he deserves one more year. Atlanta started the season going 6-3, finished 2-6. The Falcons blew a 2-game lead over Tampa Bay, and they had the tiebreaker over the Buccaneers too, and they still blew it. The Falcons offensively outgained the Panthers 537 yards to 425. It was the 10th time this season Atlanta outgained its opponent. The Falcons were just 5-5 in those games. 5-5. So tell me again why Jimmy Lake still has a job today as DC. Oh, yeah, they're all friends out there in Flowery Branch. That's what's most important, a friendly work environment for the coaches and management. You can't put a price tag on that. Everybody likes showing up for work out there. It's friendly. And by the way, Coach Ross screwed up another timeout situation at the end of regulation. They had a chance to get closer for a winning field goal. Again, he kept the timeouts in his pocket. Again, they never saw the ball. Again, second straight week. He also mismanaged the Kirk Cousins situation. Probably told from above him that he couldn't pull him. Likely cost them a chance for the playoffs. Raheem Morris is now 29-47 as a head coach. That's a .382 winning percentage. So, of course, he's the right man for the Falcons. He's not even mediocre. He's bloody perfect. Arthur Blank hugged Coach Morris as he left the field yesterday. Unfortunately, he didn't put a pink slip in his pocket when he did it. And maybe, just maybe, it's time Mr. Blank found another toy. This one is broken when he bought it, but he hasn't fixed it in over 2 decades. That's my opinion. We welcome yours as long as you agree with me.
Well, sir, hard to argue with any of it. I mean, and again, who wants to be negative to our own home? I'm a hometown team guy. I love my hometown teams, but you can't really support somebody that doesn't act like they're in it. They're not in it to win it. And by the way, did you see Tom Hughes, our former morning guy, says, well, every time you see Artie walking the freaking sidelines, guess what, people? We're going to lose.
It's like a vulture. As I mentioned, New England fired hapless Gerard Mayo after one over-his-head season. Owner Robert Kraft said he spread Mayo too thin.
Oh, God.
Kraft saying Mayo has all the tools to be a head coach in the NFL, but he took the job too soon. Maybe you offered him the damn job too soon. The same thing was said about Raheem Morris after the Tampa Bay firing, that he got fired from down there. By the way, Raheem had a news conference today and said he and GM Terry Fontenot are just getting started. Thanks for the warning, guys, because I think we can see the handwriting on the wall coming, too. Falcons had the 15th pick in the draft, but only 3 picks after that because of bad trades and tampering violations by the GM and other members of the organization. But other than that, I have nothing but confidence in the Falcons management and very little of that.
Oh, my God.
I mean, these are the same idiots that did all these bad trades that didn't work out and got caught finagling with Kirk Cousins, who turned out to be a disaster, maybe the second worst signing in free agency history after Deshaun Watson. And that's why we only have 4 draft picks. Bad trades, and yet the GM still has his job, and financial finagling with Kirk Cousins talking to him before they should have, which he stupidly ran his mouth and alerted everybody to in his press conference.
Yeah, is there any way to undo the damage of what his fat long-term contract will do to the Falcons' ability to do something different?
If they get rid of him before March, it'll be better, supposedly.
But they'd have to, if they just fire him, they have to pay him, right?
Well, they've lost $100 million already. That's gone.
And who's going to trade for him? Who's going to want him as a possible backup for $100 million a week?
Supposedly, Shanahan in San Francisco has always wanted him and still wants him.
Well, and they've had a problem with their guy that we thought was a star for a while there, too. Purdy.
Off and on.
Maybe so.
Jacksonville let Doug Peterson go, but strangely kept their GM. The Giants are keeping both Brian Daboll and their GM. Even the Falcons are giggling about that one. I mean, come on. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll is openly lobbying for the Bears job. Rex Ryan doing the same for the Jets gig. So, college football here. The transfer portal giveth and taketh away. Georgia got the Branch brothers wide receivers from Southern Cal, but portal addict Jaden Rashada is leaving again. Now, this is interesting. The Branches say they came to UGA because of the tradition of winning. True. Yet the Bulldogs don't really have a number 1 quarterback right now, and they just lost one of the 3 candidates, Rashada, to the transfer portal. So you got to think the Bulldogs really opened up the checkbook, and that's really why those guys are coming to Athens, and good for Georgia for getting them. Yeah. As for Jaden, he originally went to Miami, flipped to Florida, only to sue the head coach Billy Napier in the school for reneging on an NIL deal, allegedly. Then he goes to Arizona State. He played a bit before coming to Athens, so this will be his 5th school. He would make a good Hessian mercenary, this kid. 5 schools.
Yeah. Well, you can't keep doing this. Can you keep doing this?
The Congress is going to have to step in because they're too stupid to fix it themselves. Unless they put Nick Saban in charge and say, you're the Kennesaw Mountain Landis. Handle it.
Yeah.
You know? Of course, everyone was shocked to hear Coach Kirby Smart's father passed away Saturday morning in New Orleans. Complications from hip surgery. Our thoughts and prayers out to them and the family. Sonny Smart had fallen New Year's Eve, broke his hip. He was 76 years old, a very successful high school football and baseball coach in both Georgia and Alabama. He was up at Raven Gap. He was he won a state baseball championship over in Bama, so he was a damn good coach. Yeah. College football semifinals are set. Ohio State against Texas, Notre Dame against Penn State. There are rumors floating about that Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian is up for a few NFL jobs.
Oh, boy.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Friday night, the Horns and Buckeyes play in Jerry's World indoors, but Dallas is expecting 2 to 12 inches of snow.
Oh, man.
No problem. Miami for the Irish and the Lions are going to have a good time down there. Last night, I watched North Central beat Mountain Union for the Division III national title at the Amos Alonso Stag Bowl, and I got to tell you, those kids play with their complete heart in that game. They're there for the love of the game, and because, most of them are never going to play again.
That's right.
And that's a fun game to watch. And tonight, FCS championship between North Dakota State and Montana State. I don't know if that's inside or out. No, they're in Texas. I think they're in Texas, but it can still be pretty cold tonight. So we'll see about that. And just as we went off the air Friday, I mean, it's literally minutes. 41-year-old Charlie Morton signs the one-year deal with the Orioles.
I know. What the
So the
hell?
Braves are down at least one, if not two starters, because they got Lopez, they got Sale, they got Schwellenbach. Strider's going to be a month or two into the season. You don't know what you're getting for him coming back. They need more starting pitching. Is it Bryce Elder? Is it one of those kids, one of those guys they're going to bring up? Ian Anderson may come back. We'll see, but something's got to be done.
Yeah. And a 1-year deal. I mean, he couldn't stay with us for 1 year. I mean, I don't know.
Well, he always said that he liked playing in Atlanta because he was close to Tampa Bay, where his family lives. Yeah. And the Orioles train close down there as well. But Baltimore is a heck of a lot farther than Atlanta to fly down there on off days or something like that to fly up there.
Anyway,
so,
kind of a shame.
but they're a good team, so he has a chance to win there as well. So either he didn't go to a lesser team or something.
Yeah. Pete Davis, excellent. By the way, more coming up. Pete Davis sports stuff, my sports birthdays, and a couple of very interesting sports history things, including from the mouth of the South. Captain Outrageous coming up. 5:30, Kim Repeat and Philander. 404-741-1230 if you'd like to join us here on 106.3. Look out, look out.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Everybody out there hiding the sad decline of Joe Biden, the President of the United States. They knew about this. They understood that he was in severe cognitive decline. They understood that he was in no shape to be running this country. And understanding that, they had to wonder who is calling the shots. Yeah, the Democrats knew it, but it wasn't their job to report it to us, to let us know. The mainstream media knew it. It was their job to let us know, but they failed miserably and intentionally.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jewelers, here to tell you about an incredible event going on the entire month of January at all three of our showrooms. It's Solomon Brothers Jewelers' January Bling Back event. All this month, bring in your old gold jewelry, watches, diamonds, and more, and let us buy them back for cash. Now is the best time to sell your old jewelry because the price of gold is the highest it's ever been, and we will pay you top dollar for all your old pieces. So go through your jewelry box, pick out the pieces you don't wear anymore, then bring them into Solomon Brothers and let us buy them back. We'll take the all gold necklaces, rings, tennis bracelets, earrings, pendants, and more. If it's old and it's gold, don't miss our January Bling Back event, your opportunity to turn your old jewelry into cash. Going on all month long at all three of our Solomon Brothers showrooms on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and on Fisher Crossing Drive in Sharpsburg. You can learn more and always shop online at SolomonBrothers.com or on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law. Don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at Easter
sports things here, Pete Davis. Birthday's Howie Long, who's no longer a sports star. I like him, actually. When I see him on TV in the sports stuff, I kind of like. I like it. I appreciate. I think he's a serious guy. Knows what he's talking about. Howie Long is 65. Raiders legend, now on Fox. Let's see. Lou Holtz, Notre Dame coach, legendary ESPN analyst. Lou Holtz had a cameo in the movie The Blind Side. Lou Holtz is 88 today. Nancy Lopez, pro golfer. I think she's probably a Hall of Famer for sure. 68 years old. Ray Knight's former wife, as I recall. I don't know if they're still married or not. I don't know. I think they are. And NBA guy Gilbert Arenas, 43 years old today. And also, hold on, a couple of quick things here. It was on this day in 1976, the anniversary of our Constitution, of our Declaration of Independence. 1976, Ted Turner buys the Atlanta Braves for $12 million. 1999, the NBA reaches an agreement and the 200-day lockout shortened the season by 50 games.
By the way, yes. Ted's in the hospital with pneumonia in Florida.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Yeah. I'll be darned. Well, how old is he now? He's got to be up there pretty good. He could be 80-something. Let's see. Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, Craig Biggio, and our own John Smoltz inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame on this day in 2015.
Elected.
What did I say?
Inducted.
Oh, well, it says they were inducted. It must be they were elected. But they induct him in the summertime? Yeah, it says you're correct. You're absolutely correct. They were elected.
And Phil Negro on this day elected.
Well, it doesn't have that one. It was a different day. This was on 2015. All those went in together. And one more. 2018, Tennessee Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota. I'll never forget. Was the idiot NFL? Well, the NFL commissioner Roger Goodell doing the number one pick, and he says, and the number one pick goes to Marcus Mariota. Or so he took number one pick, and he couldn't get the name right. Anyway, Marcus Mariota scores a touchdown off his own pass in a 22-21 victory over Kansas City in 2018. Marcus Mariota is only the second NFL quarterback to do it. A touchdown on his own pass. Anyway, there you go. Our 5 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Lee Brandt Jewelers. Luxury jewelry and watches affordable. Drop by their store in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com. And let's do one more here, Flounder. Hold on a second. Here we go. On this day in 1945, spoiler alert, Adorable Kitty is the name of the premiere and spoiler alert for Looney Tunes. Pepe Le Pew, my friends, makes his debut.
Dear cat of love, all over I am looking someplace for you. Where does it that you are secreting itself, you? Where is it your hiding place? You rabbit! Sortez-vous, wherever you are.
Doink. Well, in Adorable Kitty, a cat disguises himself as a skunk to avoid his tormentors. Pepe Le Pew, thinking he's a female skunk, becomes amorously pursuing him. Pepe Le Pew's wife catches him in the act and beats him over the head with an umbrella, at which time it is revealed that his name is Henri and he was faking his French accent. This is 1945. Pepe Le Pew was voiced by Mel Blanc from 1945 to 1985, 40 years. The character Pepe Le Pew was based on Pepe Le Moco character as played by Charles Boyer in the 1938 movie Algiers. Charles Boyer. Holy smokes. 539, Kim Repeat and Flounder. 539, Kim Repeat and Flounder. 404-741-12. I'll hold everything. If it's just true, Pete Davis and Flounder. Oh my God, but the Kimmer Show is 106.3, and we're kind of grouping and booping, and we got things, including games to play. Pete Davis with his little blue monkey, the mascot of the Olympics, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
This is Grover.
Grover. One counting, 2 counting, 3 counting. Yes. Famous Grover.
All right.
Yes, sir.
This could be a hard one for you two guys.
All right, well, I'm ready.
This could be hard.
All right, sir.
All right. In all of Hollywood history, only 2 actors, both men, were killed by the Terminator, Alien, and the Predator.
Oh, wow. Alien, I'm trying to think of the Predator. Was that, oh my.
I'll give you a hint. The one of them was famous for playing the android that had something bad happen to him, and another one was famous for a line.
Oh, I know. One was the guy who also played the owner of the sporting goods store on Sopranos. Who was the machine guy?
He was the second Terminator.
The second Terminator. Oh yeah, wasn't he? Didn't he? No, I wasn't.
No, you're close though. You're close, but I don't think
Jesse Ventura.
No, this guy was famous. It's all over, man. Game over. It's all game over, man.
How I can't think of it. I can't.
Aliens,
I don't think I ever saw.
Game over.
I don't think I ever saw Aliens. That's the one when they came. The thing came out of her stomach.
Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
It's very close. Lance Henriksen was one of them, and the other one is Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton? I don't remember him being killed in
He's one that said,
Terminator?
"Game over, man." No, he was also in Terminator. He's one of the soldiers.
Oh, yeah, he was in not Terminator, the Predator, wasn't he?
Predator. He's one of the soldiers. But but Aliens, him saying "Game over" was his big line.
I'll be damned. Yeah, I guess. Well, wow. That's a very.
That was a hard game.
That's a hard game there. Pete Davis, hard game time. 5:41, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Okay, don't forget. Here we go. A couple of newsy things going on. Donald Trump has tried to stop the Judge Merchan from sentencing him. I think it's this Friday when that comes. President Slimebag, who is not a nice man and should be in prison and hopefully will be getting his just rewards for all the international scandaling with the bank accounts and offshore accounts and so forth. He has now done things to close the offshore drilling sites around offshore America, I guess from Hawaii to Boston. And Donald Trump may have to go to Congress to try to undo it. He won't be. I don't know why. If Biden could just sign a thing saying it's now legal, how come Trump can't just say, no, it's not? With one signature.
This sucks, but there's enough shale in Pennsylvania and in the Permian Basin of Texas. No. Do we really need a lot of the offshore stuff at this point?
Probably not. We just do it. Well, we were energy independent when Trump made it that way, and all of a sudden we're not, and the gas is now $75 a gallon again. I mean,
the Keystone Pipeline. We're going to hopefully get a conservative Canadian prime minister soon, so hopefully everything will open up with Canadian oil as well.
Yeah. I mean, good Lord. And by the way, what do you think? Do you think there could actually be some kind of a joint Canadian-American thing? What, 51st state?
No.
I mean, no.
I do think it's funny. Trump's not even in, and Canada's already surrendered.
He's already won. Trump won his first war. We've already taken. He's responsible for ousting the Prime Minister of Canada.
Speaking of already, we've already got 2 coughs already.
I know. I heard that one just a minute ago.
On the bingo.
On the bingo card for
I thought I potted down real quick.
That's all right. Anyway, Trump won, Canada nothing. By the way, in fact, let's play cut number 4, Flounder. Here's Pierre Castro, well, he calls himself Pierre Trudeau, talking about why he is no longer wanted in Canada. Number 4, if you would, sir.
So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today.
Yeah.
I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the president of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election.
Yeah, well, they'll select their next leader, robust, nationwide, competitive process. He's a father of 3. He and his wife separated last year. He's one of 5 Canadians feel their country's going in the right direction. That's 20% of Canadians believe they're going the right way. Even Trudeau is now saying we got to stop all these immigrants coming in here. We can't afford to take care of them. The housing market's going nuts. Yeah, that he let in. And again, it's these blue city mayors saying, most of them, other than Chicago, most of them are saying, okay, we got to stop this. I mean, the mayor of New York met with Trump and saying, okay, we were wrong. I mean, seriously.
And Trudeau freezing the bank accounts of those truckers who were just protesting. That he should be in prison for that.
He froze their credit cards. They couldn't buy gasoline to move down the highway. He literally froze their credit cards.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. 5:45. Coming up, the dumbest woman, one of the two dumbest women on television, Sunny and Joy's the other one. Those two names. Two most hateful women you've ever met, Sunny and Joy. Coming up next on how we've lost our moral character. Oh, my God, this woman, if you haven't heard this, please be sitting down. And I hope you have a full stomach. 5:45, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go.
Latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is Extra 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events, and so much more. Follow at Extra 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turfco to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turfco was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turfco to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Election season is here, and regardless of which side of the aisle you're on, we can all experience the stress of uncertainty. Fear of the unknown can cause us to postpone important decisions that impact our lives, especially in retirement planning. Resist hesitation and contact Masterplan Retirement Consultants, a holistic retirement planning firm dedicated to creating a retirement plan to help with all of life's surprises. Through income planning and money management, legacy planning, and tax planning, we create a plan specifically designed for your life to see you to and through retirement. Don't leave your retirement up to chance. Create a plan for your retirement and pursue peace of mind. Visit masterplanretire.com. Masterplan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Masterplan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Masterplan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now the security riddle of the day. When times get tough, where do you keep your stuff? Answer, in a quality safe from the Safe House, of course. Don't go to a big box store and get a fake safe. That would be as effective as Joe Biden's fake border policy. For over 30 years, the Safe House has been providing the best quality safes on the market. Brands like Browning, Fort Knox, and Champion. And with the largest selection of safes on display in Georgia, we're confident we can help you pick the right safe to fit your needs. So drop by our huge showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
For half a century, glyphosate has affordably and effectively protected Georgia farmers' crops from invasive weeds. Without it, the impact would be felt beyond the fields, hitting Americans where it hurts, our wallets. That's why the Modern Ag Alliance advocates for farmers' continued access to essential crop protection tools so food prices don't rise even more. Get the facts at controlweedsnotfarming.com. Paid for by the Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth, or they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
Have you considered securing your family's future? Protecting your hard-earned assets?
navigating complex legal matters with ease. Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademark Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Rock opera, baby. The Who.
This wasn't really from a rock opera.
Not really a rock opera, but it's a Tommy kind of a sound. And
it was supposed to be, but it wasn't.
The Who in 1967 played their first gig of the year at Morecambe Central Pier in England. The Who played over 200 gigs this year of 1967, including their first ever U.S. tour.
What was the name of that place?
Morecambe.
You mean Morecambe?
Morecambe. Morecambe. Either way is fine. Yeah. Morecambe. That's what she said. But seriously, 5:52. Carapine Flounder. Anyway, so there we go. Oh, by the way, I got a little historical thing. It's kind of sort of bizarre here. 1838, Samuel Morse's telegraph demonstrated at the Speedwell Iron Works in Morristown, New Jersey. Had heard about electromagnets in 1832 sailing home from Europe. So he said, gee, I like electricity. The guy went to Yale, Samuel F.B. Morse. He spent years developing a prototype, and then it demonstrated in 1843, he went to Congress and funded the construction of the first telegraph line in America from Washington, D.C. to Baltimore. He sent the first official telegram line in 1844. The first telegraph line read, "What hath God wrought?" Well, long story short, their billions are all over the place, Atlantic Ocean, over the thing, bam, bam, poo, various countries. Now, the word stop, which was free, was used in place of a period in Morse code for which there was a charge. If you had to type a period, you got charged for it. If you wanted to send a Morse code message. In 1833, Western Union introduced singing telegrams. During World War II, Americans came to dread the sight of a Western Union courier because the military used Western Union to inform the families that their soldier had died. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Anyway, the Morse code on this day, first in 1838, demonstrated that it would work. 5:53, come repeat and flounder. Okay, this woman is unbelievable. Sunny Hostin, oh my God, The View. They're celebrating the January 6th, mostly peaceful Ashley Babbitt Day, which they called an insurrection, which they used against Donald Trump, hiding the evidence, lying about everything. Sunny Hostin, here's what she says, this woman on The View, about the importance of January 6th. Flounder, cut number 5, please.
Move on, because January 6th was an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history.
Please, listen to this.
And when you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery. We need to never forget, because past becomes prologue if you forget any race.
I don't know what that means.
Race.
Past becomes prologue if you forget and erase. The past becomes I mean, it's just like don't let the past gender you off of the reminder of the thing that Carmela did.
You are doomed to repeat.
Yeah, you'll start it over again. The prologue to what's going to happen to you again in the future, I guess, kind of deal. My God. Again, walking in the Capitol, they know everything about you, and they're still arresting people that got caught on a cell phone picture being in the Capitol. Also, we still haven't gotten the truth about the FBI and the bombs and the people and all the other stuff. I mean, it's just unbelievable. This woman still thinks that the Holocaust Holocaust can be compared to January 6th. And the only person who died was an innocent woman protester shot in the neck by a rogue cop who's now being investigated, by the way, after he was called a hero by the Democrats and Nancy Pelosi.
Well, Joe Biden has opened the floodgates with these pardons, with George Soros and all the kid rapists and all that stuff. Why Trump needs every one of these January 6th people, unless they hurt a policeman, every one of them needs to be.
If you were protesting, and by the way, compare that to all the people burning all the George Floyd protests, burning down for the whole country was on fire for 6 or 8 months.
Charges dropped.
How about the lawyers who threw a firebomb into a loaded police vehicle and got away with it?
Yep, charges.
Jeez. All right, and here's more. The liberals are now blaming the New Orleans attack, and Vice President Slimebags there with his cuckold leading wife there, too, a little trampy Dr. Jill. Anyway, so now here's these libs of TikTok are out of these weirdo, idiot people, these freaking liberals who are now blaming Donald Trump once again for the assassination attempts all over the world. They're also blaming Donald Trump for what happened in New Orleans, what happened in Las Vegas. Here is now some freak that lives in TikTok found on the internet, blaming their favorite target once again. Number 2, Flounder, if you will.
It's amazing to me that so many people are incapable of thinking for themselves. And that's why we're in this position today. In the past 4 years, we haven't had any terrorist attacks. And then all of a sudden, as soon as Trump gets voted into office, take a look. 2 terrorist attacks in less than a week. But somehow this is Biden's fault? If you guys don't understand how absolutely ridiculous you sound and how ignorant you are, then you get everything that you deserve. And I hope you are the next victim of those terrorist attacks. Because at the end of the day, if you think this is Biden's fault, you're clearly an idiot.
I hope that you are the next victims of a terrorist attack. I mean, this is how the people think. I mean, they really believe this.
Well, look at her. She's a reptile.
Yeah, if you see her face,
anymore.
She's got metal all over her face and different. She got implanted with something
to do that to herself.
I mean, but again, this is the way these people think. And why not? Here's their leader, President Slimebag, had a meeting last night, a public White House event in front of reporters, and they asked him whether is Donald Trump still a threat to democracy, and then talked about world leaders. And Biden said, I might be the oldest president, but I know more world leaders than any of you have ever met in your whole GD life. No joke. And he said the words GD, and then he said, no joke, which is his mantra for when he doesn't know what to say. He said those words out loud to reporters. And if there's audio, you could hear it. It's just unbelievable. This is the president. After giving an award to George Soros, a congressional award, a humanitarian award of leadership and goodness to George Soros. Oh, good Lord. 5:58. Man, it's almost over. I can't wait to see the flurry of stuff on January 20th, man. By about 3 in the afternoon, we're going to be overwhelmed. 5:58. I love Flounders, Funnies, Nutties, Hoagies. One more. Here you go for the subject.
This car has technology I didn't know existed. It's got this one feature that if you merge in or out of the lane without using your directional, your car will turn into a nagging wife. You start to drift off a little bit, the car goes, hey, 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 hey. I'm like, all right, relax. We're going to your mother's. Take it easy. It's got a reverse camera, which I'm sure some of you have. This big, massive screen thing. I went, oh, how lazy are we that we can't even look over our shoulders anymore just to check for stray children. So I became very snobby, like a hippie. Right? I was like, ugh, look at this technology. In this day and age, do we own technology? Or is technology starting to own us? I got on my high horse. This high horse lasted about 2 days, because on the second day I had the car, it was raining, so I guess the camera got clogged up with water, because when I put it in reverse, all that came up on the screen was a big watery blob, and what is this? I gotta turn my head like a poor person now? I said, what am I, Amish? I don't... Evolution has kicked in, my neck no longer turns that way anymore.
Who's that there, Flounder?
Mr. Mike Thomas.
Mike Thomas. All right. Well, boys, we're off and running the new year. Here we go. Pete Davis and Flounder and boys, we'll see you again. Do it all tomorrow. It's only the Kipper saying, I gotta go. You're killing me. Christine, sing me home, baby. I'll be in the car to tune me out. Hoorah, Herb. Stand by.
Start your day the right way with Tug, Rhino, and Los on the Morning Extra. Every morning from 6 to 10 a.m. on WFOM Marietta, Extra 106.3.